Yeah. See, when I was
Like-
playing, sorry, go ahead.
I join in sometimes, and it's like, it's not like you actually are enjoyable to watch in the sense that you're always like talking, and
Yeah.
you're always doing something. If you know
Yeah,
what
yeah. Yeah. See, that's the thing. I do it all the time, and I know I do it. I interrupt people a lot. Like, I've done it in Torchlight when I was, yeah, see, there's Kurt laughing now. Yeah, I do it so often. Like, I do it in real life as well, accidentally all the time, where I, like, interrupt people. But I talk over them, and then I realize, and they'd be like, "Go ahead." But
Yep. He just can't stop talking. But that's a good thing for a streamer.
yeah,
Yeah. I interrupt people a lot too.
So you can actually numlock your abilities, you know, in this game. So you can have like a secondary input for the ability. So I actually numlock my 4th and 3rd ability. One's like a dodge attack, and the other one is like a buff, so they can continuously keep casting and send me across the map. Yeah.
I know a build. I watched someone play a build. It's like, I don't know whether it's based on mana. I think it's just health, where you can shapeshift into like this spectral form, and then you deal a percentage of your HP, like
I think that's the Reaper build, maybe.
Yeah, in an AoE around you. It's almost like Righteous. It's almost like Righteous Fire from PoE, and he was like shredding all content, just running through it. Literally, left click, just left click, and running through. That's it. And he was killing everything.
Yep.
I
Aura!
really did.
It's the aura build. You have a poison aura.
Oh yeah, Aura of Decay.
Yep.
I'd probably do that if I went into it. It seems quite good. Well,
I'd say you should get this game live when it does actually.
when the road comes out, I'll do it because Izz will be playing it then. So,
Yeah.
but I'm not sure if I'm gonna do it before that. I want them to show a bit of love to the game first before I go into it. I'm not getting fucked over like Minecraft fucking dungeons and all those shitty RPGs.
No, I know. See, I liked Minecraft Dungeons just because of that build that I discovered.
Yeah.
Like, I actually think I was one.
Discovered.
What? Oh, your bow one was disgusting with the damage.
Yeah, the
See,
fucking rockets. Like 7,000 rockets.
Yeah. I see a lot of people started doing that after you left. Like, a lot of people started doing like rocket builds and super fast attack speed bow builds and stuff. But I don't think anyone ever really used that build that I had, just because it was so rare. Yeah, it was so hard to get that one roll that I got. Like, I grinded for literally over a week. Like, to try and get a higher level, because I like the one I was wearing only had was only like level 57 or something, and I needed like power 70 or something. I can't remember what the scores were back then in that game, but it just wasn't strong enough. So I like, the two ways I had the build was speed run. Like, remember I was using the mushroom for attack and movement speed, the speed boots and the cloak.
Yeah.
All of them gave me speed. The cloak gave me the cloak let me pass through enemies, and the mushroom gave me more speed and attack speed. And I was basically able to just speed run through the whole map, and no one had ever seen the build before. See, remember at the start I was using it for
I was speed running in that game.
Actually?
Lad,
what way?
Do you realize the game? Sorry, I just want to like say something. Do you realize that game became so stupid that you never even had to kill an enemy, like ever? You could just run to the objectives.
To the end. Yeah.
Yeah, and you could glitch bosses and objectives to die before you'd even like attack them. So people had builds where they were running at your speed and physically like climbing up a wee tiny block at the edge, glitching into the water and like running underneath the map. The boss like dies and all the loot drops, and then they like ping up onto the top of the map, and just like that game's so fucked.
Oh yeah. See, after I left the game, after I got bored, I remember I had a Discord for that for the game. The guy who was in moderator in my Discord, he actually found a cheat. You could literally turn on cheat engine and spawn insta kill the boss, and because you could insta kill the boss, in the game, it
Yeah.
glitched the boss. So if you attacked really fast with you know those the really short range punching ability gloves,
Yes.
you could kill the boss repeatedly because the boss didn't know how to die that quick. It was so weird, and the loot just kept dropping and dropping and dropping and dropping in one area. So you could, it was crazy. Like, but the one thing about the gear that I needed was I could only get it out of one area where it was guaranteed to drop, and it was only from doing the puzzle. Remember?
Okay.
And I just kept jumping over the wall. Remember, I figured out the little like
Yeah.
dodge roll thing over the wall.
That wasn't a proper game, lad. That thing was just.
Yeah,
Those people just. I don't know.
like I was able to do that map in about 1 minute 30 seconds by myself, and then about a minute if I had my friend who could do the other room while I did one room.
Yeah, it was fucking nasty.
Well, it was fun for a week and it was cheap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The update
Well,
that came
well,
out, the
Well,
awful.
I don't know if I can say it was fun for a week. I completed the story mode. We
Yeah, we
worked hard
we
for it
both did the story mode in one day.
in
or 2
one
days?
day, and after that, I realized that the end game playability was fucking zero. So you physically couldn't do anything. So yeah, I'd say it was maybe fun for about 7 hours, and then it died very, very fast.
See, I
I
think
wouldn't even rate that game a 2. I wouldn't even rate it a 2. And I always live by the rule of thumb. Every game you play should be £1 for 1 hour. So if you pay, let's say, $59.99 for Cyberpunk, you
Yeah.
should be able to get 60 hours of good gameplay. Gameplay. And
enjoyable
Minecraft
gameplay. Yeah.
Dungeons Minecraft Dungeons was not like that.
Yeah, like I spent 30 quid. Remember, I spent the extra tenner for the
32.
30. I spent 30 quid for the extra pass, and the pass was when the update finally came out, lad. Did I ever tell you that the update was 2 maps, like
yeah.
literally 1 map and a boss room, a boss map, and 1 secret level. That was it,
Yeah.
and it was like 20 minutes of gameplay extra, and I was like, oh, okay, so I'm done now again.
Not every what is it called again? Not every company knows how to make ARPGs. They're like the most fine-combed games that
Yeah.
you can make. And the fact like Last Epoch's doing really well, because I actually like the way they've like structured the whole game, the things that you can do, and
Yeah.
the gameplay ability as well.
Yeah.
It actually looks really promising, especially if they like introduce online. And
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping on online next.
but I'll play when this road comes out and see what it.
See what it's like, yeah.
I'm just waiting for the new League of PoE to come out, and
When is that now?
it's gonna be like after Cyberpunk comes out, so probably like late December,
Lad,
January.
is Cyberpunk meant to be like futuristic GTA? Is that what I've
it's
heard?
meant
Yeah.
to be. Yep.
But GTA is online. Is that game not a single player?
It's single player, yeah. It's like how can I spell? How can I? It's like Fallout, like a very futuristic Fallout with far more. It's like a Fallout type game, but GTA, futuristic GTA.
Okay.
So it's like a Fallout single player. It's a Fallout single player sort of like story, a long, invigorated story with lots of side quests, lots of replayability,
Yeah.
tons of like sort of build specking, that sort of stuff. Because it literally says it in the trailer. You can have like fucking like hybrids, different types of builds. But it's like a GTA, futuristic GTA feel. You can literally like drive cars and stuff about the city, and it looks so much like GTA.
Yeah.
But it is single player.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I was skeptical about that game, just because even if it is single player, how many people do you know that play GTA offline now? You know, I know there's probably a lot that still play offline.
Well,
but
you underestimate. It's just because you don't play single player games that you
No, I
actually
know.
underestimate like
I know.
the beauty of them. But this is the only way that I can explain it. Like, single player games to me will always beat a multiplayer game for the fact that multiplayer games take so much like molding to actually make. There will always be problems, and when there's problems, other people bitch about balancing, and it doesn't give me a chance to like open up about my opinion. Let's say I turned around and said, I actually like this really overpowered ability. I think it's fun to play, and it still like makes the game just as difficult as it is.
Yeah.
Other people turn around and say, remove it, it's shit, it makes it too easy. So they remove it, and then I have been removed from the equation from a game that I actually play, which I don't like. Single player games don't do that in the way that if something is actually genuinely overpowered to the point where you're one-shotting stuff, they will remove it, and you'll turn around and go, okay, yeah, I didn't want to one-shot stuff anyway. But you have like your own sort of your own path that you can choose, and like what you do, and like how they sort of change things in the game, so they're not always balancing it around like metas and that sort of stuff. But some single player games they do. But yeah, I played Assassin's Creed, and I literally paid like fucking top dollar, paid like the £100 thing.
Sveta bought the max thing as well.
Lad, I soft locked my game. This is actually what had happened. There's a quest where you have to talk to one of the old assassins. His name is Basim, and you have to talk to this other guy.
Yeah.
And I finished talking to them, and I noticed in the quest at the left top corner it had no like description. All it said was the title of the quest. No description, didn't tell me where to go, nothing. And I was like, what's happening? My character started floating, just lifting into the air. I couldn't move, I couldn't do anything. And I thought it was a part of the quest where my character flew up the Valhalla. And I waited for 40 minutes while my character was 1,000 kilometers above the earth,
the map.
Atmosphere. Yeah.
God's sake.
Yeah, and then he went, Basim, Basim! Fell at 100 miles per hour, hit the ground, desynchronized, and my game soft locked. It came up on my screen, Uplay cannot connect to the cloud storage, restart, deleted all my saves. I have to start from the start again.
What the hell? Do you know?
Deleted all my saves.
I have something to ask. See that game? See when you go to do the Asgard missions, did you progress like your camp and all that stuff before going to Asgard, so you could be like a high enough power to fight the things, like the bosses and stuff?
Well,
the bosses are like power. Like I'm currently fighting, you know, the big dog Fenrir, like when he gets big. Yeah.
Wait, sorry, you're talking about Odyssey?
No, not Odyssey. So
wait, whoa! You're talking about like Asgard and shit and all that. Like, lad, you're probably way ahead of me. Don't spoil it. You're probably way ahead of me. I haven't got there yet.
Oh, you haven't been to Asgard?
No, I haven't. I haven't done any of that yet.
Right. Okay. Right. No. Okay.
But game combat's far too easy. I'm on highest difficulty. I one-shot everything. I do like 1,600 bow damage.
Oh yeah, I'm not using the bow because the bows are broke.
Yeah, I one-shot everything. I just followed Robaz's build on YouTube and everything dies instantly. It's a fucking shit game. They really need to like, I don't know,
balance it a bit.
Just make Odyssey 2.0 and then I'll be happy.
Yeah, it was just I don't know. Like, see, when I first went to Asgard, I'm not even gonna tell you anything about it.
No, but I shouldn't even know that you go to Asgard. Fuck.
Sorry.
Fuck's sake, lad! I didn't even know that would happen. Oh.
But anyway, so you fight a boss. You just any boss, you fucking sock boss, right? And the enemy's power is like 180 power, and I'm sitting there at like 60 power.
It's fine.
I'm melee. I literally do minus like 1 damage to the enemy every time I hit him.
If you go to your map and I think press like tab, you can go back to some of the older areas, just do all the side quests, and like collect everything first.
See,
it's one of those games where like you collect everything and like you take your time with it. You don't actually power through the story, which I fucking hate. But
yeah, that's sort of what I realized, because I got to the point where I had killed 3 bosses, and I just kept having to fight more and more bosses, and they do way too much damage. Like my current boss I'm fighting is at 270 power, 280. Sorry.
I have seen someone in part of Excel do what you're trying to do now. He did Cyrus 8 with lightning tendrils. That's what you're doing.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. But it's a challenge for the gauntlet. It's a challenge for the gauntlet.
Yeah. But he's doing that in Valhalla.
Yeah. Well, you see, the thing is, it's actually doable. I'm only power level 70, and I've killed almost all of the, you know, those sentinel guys that like run around and you can like assassinate them. And
the like, zealots. Yeah.
Zealots. I've killed the power level 180 zealots in one shot. I just stand way back, scale. I bought one of the bows off the Play Store, where the further you are, the more damage you do. And I like go way back, do the control arrow thing, and just hit a weak spot, and he instantly drops and dies. And that's a power level 180.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Just play with the bows.
I seen that though. I seen the Spiff and Brit's done 2 videos on it. It's so broke as well. Like he's probably copying other people, but like, it's I don't know. I never liked the bows in any game. Like I don't know. It was just that done it for me. When I seen them videos of like him like doing like 1600 damage for 1 hit, and then he was actually doing more damage per hit because the bow had like a ability was like more damage per consecutive hit on an enemy. He was able to get up to like 1800 damage on like 5 shots. It was crazy, and I didn't really want to do that, but I've like turned everything to like as high as possible. So like I'm on like very hard. The AI's, you know, the detection and all's harder, and the store, you know, that extra thing. It's like pathfinding. It's like default, like no help sort of thing, or like loads of help for like the able to find quests. I've turned that on hard as well, and I just didn't know there was a lot of stuff out there because I've been sitting doing all the main quest missions and not seeing anything else.
First thing I did was I bought all ability, all armor, and all scroll, those golden things. So I see them all on the map, and all opals. I see them all on the map without having to find them. The reason I did this is because the developers are fucking cucks if they have to hide how I get my fucking abilities. So I was like, no, fuck this. I just paid the £15-20, just bought it all.
Wait, yeah, you can actually buy the reveal?
It opens your whole map, so you see all armor, all abilities, all opals, and I just bought it instantly. I read a review online. It was like, if you actually want to enjoy the game, just buy it. Just buy that. It's almost like necessary. You have to.
That's crazy. That's so annoying.
I know.
So you have to pay extra to actually play the game.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, I already
don't play the game. Don't play the game. I had 70 hours in the game. It deleted all my saves. Can never play those 70 hours again. Have to go back to square one.
Yeah, have you got the stop glitch where it's like the mission doesn't load and it just goes to a black screen, loads for about 30 seconds, and then your character gets stuck in place? No?
No, I was fortunate I didn't get that. I only got one bug that removed all my saves, and like they just removed all my cloud saves, so I stopped playing it since then.
You know when you go to England, or when you finally get to England,
yeah,
you like colonize and you find those people in the house that
I don't know. I wouldn't.
But there, have you not been to England? Or you just stay? You just stay?
I've been to England, but I haven't like gotten that far, lad. I've literally like.
No, like the very first mission. The very first mission when you get to England, you like talk to the 2 people that are like trapped in that house. They're like prisoners. See, after that cutscene, there's meant to be like a like you talk to them and then you all walk away, and then the cutscene appears with the boats arriving. You know, more boats arriving for your colonies, for your like I don't even know how to explain it. Like you're basically more guys appearing so you can like colonize. But mine didn't do that. Mine went to a black screen, loaded in the bottom right, like the wee Animus like logo, for about 30 seconds, and then loaded the area where the first cutscene was being played. You know, where you're talking to them guys, and my guy was just stuck in place, like with the brawler Sigurd and your other boy as well. What's his name? Fucking the other Viking boy.
Oh, Ivar.
Ivar, yeah. So all 3 of us were just stuck in place there, and I found out to fix this bug, you have to go into your options. You go to your options, go to your graphics, turn up your graphics by 1 value, hit OK, restart the game, run back up to that cutscene, reload the cutscene, and it works. Doesn't make any sense. I've had that twice now.
Did you not see that video I sent you on Snapchat where the guy was like spinning around like manically on the boat?
Oh yeah. I've had that as well happen. There was a part in the game where like you're chasing someone, and there's like these bots that are there to, like guards that are there to protect the person, and I was like Okay, so I died, and then I reloaded closer to the enemies that are going to protect. So I just ran towards the enemies because I already knew where they were going to be, and all the enemies were just they were just floating and spinning with their arms in the air. Like you were remember that photo you sent me?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fucking hilarious, and I was like, oh fuck's sake, this is so shit. Like it was just so fucked.
See, I enjoyed. I was like, right. So I was only after finishing the part where you kill Ivar and you're trying to get Sigurd back, so you meet up with Basim and the priest. I was there, and you see before all that, before like Sigurd turned himself in and stuff. You see when you were like arguing with your brother and you were like fighting against the Creed. I was sitting there and I was literally like, this is actually going to turn out to be good. I was like, oh my god, this story's actually going to be fucking good. And then you just become friends with him in the end anyway. I was like, no, I want to kill my brother. I want to kill the fucking Creed. I want to like end it all.
Do you know what's really weird? I haven't done those quests that you've done, and you haven't done the quests that I've done. I have no idea what you're on about.
Oh, right, okay.
So I've never the only thing I've done
How
is
did you get to Asgard? Did you do the main story quests?
I upgraded my settlement. You upgrade the. You see, it says like reach settlement level 3.
Yeah.
When you reach settlement level 3, you know that foodie woman. You know that foodie woman that like back in Hang.
Doing hers.
Aye. And all the enemies are like 280 power and shit, and I'm like,
Just do the main story. Just do the main story.
what's the main story?
You have to go to that girl. You know that girl that has the board. It's like, I'd like
Aye.
to look at the alliance map.
Oh my god, I've been doing the wrong thing.
Oh, you are.
Doing no damage.
You did the wrong thing. You were not supposed to be there.
But to be
I
fair,
knew I
to be
wasn't
fair,
supposed to
to
be
be
there.
fair, It doesn't fucking tell you. There's
Yeah.
no quest. You
No.
just have to walk up to her. There's so many people complaining online about this. They're like, where do I fucking go? It's like,
Aye.
"Don't tell me." And the game developers are like, use your fucking brain. It's the alliance map. We just talked about it. Shut your fucking mouth. developer.
Like that's
all my COs and
you're
put it in the air for this.
like I'm not joking, lad. I've been doing enemies at 280 power with a power 70 character because
Always make the game so difficult on yourself. I don't know why.
I didn't know, but I didn't know. That's the only mission I knew how to do because the only other missions it said on my screen were upgrade the settlement, find all the codex pages, and fucking something else, some other random quest. It was like talk to your man for the contracts. You know the wee boy that's like sets up a wee shop for the Opal, that weekly thing or the daily thing, whatever it is. That's the only 3 other quests that were on my screen, so I didn't know. You're talking about quests about the Creed. I literally haven't done any quests for the Creed. I've just got to England and then raided a random place on the map because that's the only thing I can see is the red raid areas. And
Serious about, are you?
yeah, and I upgraded my settlement and she arrived and then I started doing her quests because that's what I thought you had to do. It doesn't tell you. I didn't know.
Yeah, it doesn't tell you. It doesn't tell you. I know that's
a joke.
There's so many wee things that people like. If you go onto their forum pages, there was like at least 1,000 Ubisoft posts about bugs, glitches, and just general like direction that doesn't exist. Like in the past fucking 24 hours.
I actually can't believe that. Still though.
They designed a fucking absolute shitty old Assassin's Creed game and just pumped it out with so many bugs and glitches.
It sounds like an early access game.
Yeah, it really. I blame it. This is the only thing I can blame it on is COVID. That everybody's rushing out games because.
Still can't. Lad, what do you do when you work at a computer designing a game? You sit at a computer. These people can sit at home doing this.
I know they can, but it would be a lot harder to do it that way. You know what I mean?
I don't know, lads. Like,
I know it will. It makes sense because they're all on computers, but that's the only thing I can blame it on right now is that a lot of games that have come out recently are all shit. This is the one game that I found that has some content and has kept me playing the game.
Lad, they removed build design. They removed the gear dropping from people.
Yeah.
Now you have to go find your gear.
Yeah, you literally have to go to a certain place to find it, and it's all specific. So if you need to find out what you're looking for, you can literally just look on YouTube, Brigantine set or whatever set you're looking for. That's what I don't like.
2 hours to upgrade. So you have to actually You have to collect the silver ingots, silver nickels, then you have to collect the fucking pieces to upgrade it, and the other pieces to get it to the gold.
Yeah.
It's like you have to do that for every piece.
Yeah.
They fucked this game. No matter COVID couldn't have saved this. Literally, these people made this design. They were like, you know what? Assassin's Creed Black Flag got very little sales. Assassin's Creed Syndicate got very little sales. Every Assassin's Creed we've designed after 2 and Revelations got very little sales. We've been doing shit, boys. Right, let's make another one of those shitty games and pump it out with shit tons of hype around it. And they've done it again. They've ruined Assassin's Creed once again. Odyssey revived it from the dead. Look at the
Odyssey was
reviews.
amazing, lad. I loved Odyssey.
Look at the reviews on Steam for Odyssey. It even tells you, look at the reviews for Black Flag. Shit.
Oh god,
Syndicate shit.
Yeah.
Then Odyssey, amazing. Literally, not even mostly positive. It's overwhelmingly positive, I think.
Yeah.
And
Was it a different team making Odyssey?
well, it fucking seems like it. Seems like an aliens made fucking Valhalla and just pumped it out.
God's sake.
Too many people were complaining about. It doesn't feel like Assassin's Creed. Yeah, you know, we're not playing Assassin's Creed anymore. We're just playing an AR or an RPG game.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's why it has all these good reviews. It's an actual decent RPG game. It doesn't have any of the shitty Assassin's Creed stuff in it. And then,
Like, do you remember the first time you seen me playing Odyssey? Like how I was parrying everyone and stuff. I went on the Valhalla, could not do that at all. The controls, even I don't like the controls on the PC controls or anything. Like it's just such shit.
By the way, you're streaming Star Wars game.
Ah, crap.
what the hell? Star Wars?
Nah, it's because I was playing Battlefront with Cameron yesterday. James messaged me and when I was in stream, he was like, "Oh, I'm in chat call with Cameron and Dara if you want to join." I was like, "Oh, okay." I joined and we played like Battlefront, and Cameron like left after the first game because he couldn't get any kills in Supremacy because he kept lagging. It was funny. I didn't realize I hadn't changed the game. Last epoch. But yeah, I actually can't believe that I've been doing the complete wrong missions the whole time in Odyssey or in
How many times I did
Valhalla.
that to you?
No, lad. We only discussed that like yesterday that we might be doing the wrong questions, the wrong missions.
I've said before that you weren't supposed to be there at this power level.
Yeah, I knew that, but I didn't know what else I was meant to be doing because it doesn't show you anything. It's crazy. Like, I think the farthest I progressed into the basic missions was something about
Getting to England?
getting to England. I did like one quest that helped some random alliance. I can't even remember their name because it was that long ago. Because the last 20 hours I've put into that game has been me fighting people from Asgard. So I didn't know. I can't believe that I've been doing the wrong thing the whole time, and there was nothing to tell me that I was doing wrong. Like, you know, go here.
I know.
That's such a joke.
You're just in the side quest.
Yeah.
You always do that in single player games though. Like you always get like caught up in the side quest though.
Yeah, it was Odyssey. I couldn't progress because I was too low level. I was fighting the Minotaur. He was 4 levels above me, and it takes like a fucking hour to like level up once in that game. That's what I didn't like.
Oh, it doesn't take you that long. Oh,
It was just doing side quests, yeah.
You had the like you almost. I bought the.
But the
triple
permanent XP thing, yeah.
Yeah, I bought that, and that really helped.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is quite slow leveling up. Yeah, you're right. If you just do the story quest, though, you level up quite fast. But like I level up super fast, so I was always like 2 levels ahead of everything.
Yeah. Even when I was doing this, like I was just following the main missions. You know the way in Odyssey there was like an icon that was completely separate from every other icon in the game that was missions.
Yeah.
It was like you could see that it was the main storyline. That's what they need. That's what they need in this game because
there was actually even a golden trail on the floor, like golden dust, that like took you to it.
Yeah.
In this game, it's like find it.
Then go find it, and because I've put my settings to like, you know, super hard to find every quest ever. Like there's literally like no HUD in my game. Like I can just see the map, and the only thing I can see on the map is gold dots, blue dots, and raids.
Yeah,
and
that's all I could see, and then I bought that thing.
synchronization things as well.
That's all I could see. Then I bought that thing.
Mhm.
Like, oh, there we go.
Well, if it all doesn't really matter, why not put the game in the most easy mode there is, play it once through for the story, and be done with it.
Yeah, that's what I usually do. That's
I
actually what I was doing.
I always play on the hardest difficulty in Assassin's Creed, just because I want to experience the game on the hardest difficulty and be able to say I was able to do that on the hardest difficulty. But obviously, if I'm never gonna be able to do it if I'm fighting bosses that I can't kill because I'm 4 times weaker than them. Like literally, my power was 70, and the boss's power that I was currently fighting is 280, and like I was only able to do sprint attacks to do damage because every other attack did like 7. My sprint attacks still did like 100.
It's disgusting. I don't know. I really don't know that game. Like, I was enjoying the story. You know what? I might go back onto it and just replay the whole 70 hours. I don't know. I might do it again.
See, I feel like I'll go back on now, but now that I know that there is actually something else to do other than what I'm doing.
Oh, the story's actually great. The story does become really fucking good, lad. Like, it actually does.
What you could do is just put it aside. Wait till they did like
Fix it a bit.
two patches,
Yeah, true.
and then have a look at it.
Yeah, but then that's the Deep Rock Galactic theory. When are they actually going to release those fucking patches? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It could be like a year and a half from now. It's the same with Odyssey. People were waiting for like bug fixes for Odyssey for like almost 5 months. Every time I say Deep Rock Galactic, I like my stomach like.
That game, I just wish there had been more to it. Like it was good as it released, but they just didn't update it at all.
Like, I go back onto it to try the new game mode, just
Yeah.
to try it, to see if there's a change. Like, towards the end, we were actually having fun. Like, I'm
Yeah.
not gonna lie, towards the end, we were having fun.
Yeah, we were going online and we were like fighting crews and we were like, it was a struggle. Do you remember like us like running down, like me digging tunnels as the engineer and like you just firing down down the middle of the tunnel, like keep firing down the hole, I'll keep digging. He just kept firing and firing, and then I ran out of fuel.
Technically, we never actually did the end game, so like, I'd be, down to give it a whirl.
Yeah. Like we did nearly, yeah, we nearly got all the upgrades. Like I think I actually kept playing, remember, for a wee bit more, and I ended up getting to the cryo gun instead of the flamethrower gun and stuff. But
that was actually pretty cool.
Yeah, it was so handy because it like froze everything, and I was able to like freeze the big guys and then like run up to their weak points and like shotgun them. But no, it was good crack. It just the updates were so minimal that you may as well just not play the game. It's not even like the way in like PoE there's just big update, like big game changing updates every single time, every single patch, or well every single season. Like I'm just hoping that Last Epoch has something like that. Like they'll have like seasons and stuff, and new content every 3 months or 2 months or however way they work it.
If they follow in the footpaths of like games
PoE.
like PoE, they're going to be very successful. But PoE's next league, hopefully, and I'm hoping, is going to have another gauntlet race. And in the gauntlet race, you can win like a lot of expensive shit. So I'm trying to like practice as much as I can to race. It is difficult, but I'm learning.
I hope it's better than this league.
Oh yeah. Well, actually, I'm gonna say yeah. This league got better towards the end, like way better towards the end. But it was still pretty bad.
It was a very rough league start.
Oh, very, very fucking rough.
My league start, I was level 5, did my first, how do you call those? Mission.
Yeah.
Got to the saves, looted the tabla, game crashed.
Yeah, it's not fun.
That was my first thing with.
Yeah, that was your first heist, wasn't it? You got your first heist,
Yeah.
and you got the tabula rasa, and it crashed.
And it crashed.
That's so
Yeah,
annoying.
it's
And it didn't get better.
the economy. It was actually the very first league where the economy was completely broken to the point where Exalted were worth, I think it was 27 or 28 chaos. So like the price of some really big gear upgrades were so fucking cheap that a lot of people had left. They were like, "Oh, I just spent at the start of this league like 100 Exalted for this build, and now it's only worth like 3 Exalted. What the fuck?" And a lot of people just left because the economy had just.
Was that because of that new item with a chance to roll exalted on the
Regal Lord drops.
regals? Yeah. Is that why?
Yeah.
Is it that one item?
Literally, yep. And you can. So you didn't play heist, but you can open you can actually open a heist, Keenan, and choose the loot that you get. And there's a heist blueprint where you can choose 17 currency chests. 17.
17.
People,
Jesus.
There was people who had builds that could run through it and back in about 3 minutes, open all 17 chests, out and then back in, and like they would just be like,
Ridiculous amount of currency. Yeah.
Yeah, it just be
And they did copy the maps.
Yep, they fractured the maps, and now everyone has one. Like I even have one of the maps. It's yeah. I actually had one of the Exalted Orb trinkets that I paid.
Yeah, no, I was there when you got it. I'm nearly sure you paid like 20 for it, wasn't it?
Yeah, but then I bought the 4% one, which was it was like maybe 50 or 60x at the time, and I used it, but I didn't get anything from it. I was like, what the fuck? The day I bought it, they nerfed the Regal Orb drops from thing.
Yeah.
So I physically got like nothing from it.
That's so annoying.
I did enjoy the crafting in the previous league.
Oh, with in the farms.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they're bringing that back.
Not the way how you got them, the farming, but the fact that you actually could craft your own gear without spending loads of exalts.
Yeah.
That really opened up a lot of the game for me.
They're bringing that back, so they are. They're bringing that back.
Me and Dylan played that league at the start. Like I went to his house and we sat for like how many hours did we sit?
Oh, fucking ages, lad. we had no idea what we were doing. What was going on.
I know. We just ran through the storyline and kept collecting the seeds, and then realized at the end there was like layouts you could do, and someone like figured out a layout pure quick into the.
I made the layout. Like I perfectly made the fucking layout and everything. It's just, it's like I don't.
You still
know.
need it like
too
to
much
get the seeds and stuff.
Yeah, it's too much investment for so little return. Like, well, not really actually so little return, because some of the best items ever in the game were crafted, because you could literally target craft like so many specific things. It was ridiculous, but yeah, I don't know. It's fun as fuck though. Like it was fun as fuck.
Oh yeah.
This league became really good, but only halfway through. Like this league is still really fun. Heist is so fun. Like you were talking about how you got a tabula rasa like in your first heist. Like tabula rasa at the start of the league were like 1C because everyone got one. Like 6-link chest armor, tabula rasas, stuff like that were so easy to get. Because heists, like at the end of some of the bigger like blueprints, like 6-link body armor was so easy to get. So like, and then you had the alternate gems, quality gems, and then you had like alternate uniques and stuff that did like weirder stuff. It was actually really good. But next league is gonna be like they're talking about being like an endless like arena wave-based thing, where it's almost like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. You know the way Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? It's like, do you want to go up a level to do 50,000, but you're gonna lose the 25,000 you have, and you're like, okay, give me the question. Like in this arena,
that's very similar to what is in here actually. There's like a wave system. Good.
Yeah, in this arena, you can also like, as you go, you can upgrade like things about your character. Well, this is all theoretical. I'm not sure if this is actually what it is, but
yeah,
Scissor was talking about how it could be. that you upgrade your character along the way to make it stronger and stronger and stronger, and you just kept on going up the waves to the point where you were like instantly one shot, and you could choose to leave or like commit further and further into it. So I thought that was pretty cool.
The way it has, there's like an arena system. I'm trying. There's like a little mini tournament thing on this Discord server, and people apply to it. And basically, they tell you pick this class. Like I'm playing Paladin right now. They say specialize in Paladin, or specialize in Paladin. But I'm playing as what's the base class called? The Sentinel. Sentinel. So you have to pick this. You have to pick the Sentinel, obviously, to specialize in Paladin, and then you have to use one skill. They give you a random skill. So this week's one is Hammer Throw, and you have to use that in the build by level 50, which is like one level after you get all 5 abilities. So after level 50, you're not allowed to take Hammer Throw off of your skills, basically. You can move it about, obviously, but like just don't despecialize it, and you don't actually have to use it in your build. But it, losing a full skill is sort of shit. So you may as well use it. So
It's counterproductive, though.
What?
Sort of seems like it's pointless.
What do you mean?
Why would you not have to use the skill permanently as to get you through the game?
Oh well, you can't. You can. Yeah. Like that's what I mean. Like you can spec into it at level 50.
Put in the back burner and then pick a really overpowered skill that the Paladin has and just like create your build around it.
Oh, you can do that. You can do that and just like have it, but then you're losing out on DPS because you're just having a skill in the background. You know what I mean?
I wouldn't say it would ultimately matter if you put so much investment into another ability. Surely.
Yeah, it sort of is like that. But I'm just gonna use it just because it's like a hurricane ability. You throw out a hammer and it spins around you like a hurricane, and you can have multiple projectiles, so you can throw out like 3 of those at the same time, and you can keep throwing them out, so it turns into like a hurricane of hammers. So I'm just gonna use it, and what you have to do is clear as many waves in the arena as you can. The arena is like in a 5-base system, like so you do 5 waves, and then you choose to keep going. But if you die, you don't get anything at the end, or just collect your gear at level 5. And every 5 waves, it asks you to do you want to keep going or not? And basically, it's like a leaderboard to see who can get the farthest with the Paladin having that ability equipped while trying to push as high as you can, basically. So right now there's only 5 people doing it in this tournament, but apparently there'd be like 60 people doing it in the first like few weeks of the thing, but because this is like later on in the patch, not as many people are doing it. So I just joined in just to see, and I'm just using this ability now, and it's like an ability I've never tried because I never play Paladin, and it's decent. Like it's something I would never have tried because Gert said he didn't like it because of how it sort of, you have to like throw out your hammers at the start to wind it up, while they float around you.
Yeah.
But I've tried it. I'm trying it, and so far it's good. So I'm gonna stick with it for now. But you could do exactly what you just said. You could just have it on the back burner and just have it giving you buffs or something.
If they're doing like a tournament around like the actual ability, I could understand. But the fact that you have to even have that, why is that even like a requisite? Like,
what do you mean?
Why does that even matter? Like, why is that even like in the rules if it's so meaningless? You know what I mean?
Like, they're trying to get you to use that ability, obviously.
Yeah.
But you don't have to. Like, you can have it in your hotbar and never use it, and just use 4 abilities if you really, really want it. But then you would be losing out on damage if the ability that they've chosen, like Hammer Throw, isn't like an aura or something, or a passive. It doesn't have any passive buffs. So like right now, Hammer Throw is like an active ability. You just throw out hammers and it costs a little bit of mana. So if you had that on autocast, it can keep you out of mana all times. So it wouldn't really help your build. So it's not really productive to have it and like have it like in the back burner. You may as well use it and like have it built into your build some way, shape or form. Like right now, I've got one ability called Vengeance. So every time I attack, if there's an enemy who hits me in my area, who's within melee range, my guy will retaliate back at the enemy that hit him. So I can continuously keep using this as my right click ability, and as I get surrounded by enemies, I'll continuously retaliate to random enemies while I keep casting Vengeance again and again and again. And then my Vengeance also gains me mana and health back, and then I use that health and mana to throw out the hammers.
It seems pretty cool. Like I love getting into like new ARPGs and just seeing like
it's really fun, lad.
Like the countless amounts of builds that you can create and just like going into the depth of the characters. How
yeah.
much does the game cost again?
30. It's the same as Torchlight.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why I was really skeptical on getting it at the start, because it's another £30 game and I wasn't sure if it was going to be any good.
That may be a bad investment. Just with what there is at the moment, no multiplayer and that sort of stuff, I don't know, like, what's the replayability like?
If you look at that the other way, before COVID, if you go to the pub, you spend 20 quid an evening.
I don't go to the pub though. I don't like drinking out.
Me neither, but that's for a lot of people a good comparison.
Yeah.
Fair enough, fair enough. Single player though.
Yeah, right now it's single player, but it's...
They said they will not patch the multiplayer in this year.
Yeah, it's coming 2021.
Multiplayer trade and cycles in development. Right, okay. Let me see. So not recommended. TLDR. If it wasn't a gambling sim, they got rid of them fracture. They got rid of item fracture and did something remotely original with endgame. It would be a great game. The RNG in this game dwarfs all others. It's basically gambling. If you love gambling, you'll love this game. Loot that's useful basically doesn't exist, which means you have to craft all your gear. This would actually be pretty good if the fracture system didn't exist. You'll spend a lot of time picking up shards and glyphs to only have your item break while upgrading it, wasting all your shards and glyphs. Pair that with the crappy loot drops and mediocre unique items. The defeat you feel after several item breaks isn't even compensated by anything positive.
There's methods to fix crafting. There's loads of different strategies that help fractures and stuff. There's like a way of you craft on your item, and then craft one level on the item, and then on another random item, make fracture it, purposely fracture it, like just put a random few shards into it, and then put another point into the one you want to level up, and then go back, do the same thing again, and it does work.
This looks like Torchlight 3, lad. Not in the fact that it has far more depth, but every review says needs better endgame content, but overall an enjoyable game. Everyone says that.
Yeah, but that's because that's because the game isn't completed.
I know, but okay, yeah, true. But 30 quid on that, I spent 30 quid in Torchlight, lad, and the game wasn't completed. It was a fucking mess.
Yeah, but Torchlight story's done, I'm nearly sure, isn't it? Like, I don't think there's going to be actually any more main quest. Like, you'll just go to Frazier, and then your end game is... But see, the thing with Torchlight, in comparison to this game, is...
Yeah.
when you get to Torchlight, and you get to end game, you literally just go to Frazier, go to level 16. As soon as you get past level 16, from level 17, 18, 19, and 20 is the boss, 17, 18, 19, you get the exact same loot as you would at the challenge level 250, which 251's the boss battle. You would literally get the exact same loot. And the loot drops in Torchlight are absolute fucking ass. They still haven't fixed that. Where in this game, you get more gear as you progress in the end game. So I see when I every time I choose an Echo, which is like a Frazier level basically, I have a choice of left and right, Echo 1, Echo 2. This Echo will give me debuffs for the next 5 Echoes, and this one will give me a different debuff for the next 5 Echoes. And then there's 2 like things at the bottom saying XP gain and gear gain, and it works so well. Like, I've had times where my screen is like covered in loot when opening chests or finishing the Echo, killing the boss. Yeah. It makes the game actually fun to grind, because you can actually grind the stuff you want. Like, I was trying to get this one piece of gear that only dropped off the one boss. Realized if you don't get the piece of gear, you can leave, it puts you back 3 echoes because it counts as a loss. Then go just do them 3 echoes in like 5 minutes again, and go fight the boss again until you get the gear you need. It's not like Torchlight where you just keep getting Egg of Mayhem and Sneko sticks. Gert played me, Gert, and a lot of others.
Is that not like build assistance? That's like in coordination with your actual build and how you craft your character. What's
that
the
was
actual
very
end game like? What's the actual end game
end
like?
game is so every time you start off doing echoes, which are basically like for 0 levels, it's just another word for it, or maps. And what you do is you go do echoes, and the more echoes you do, the higher your percentage of the quest appearing is. So the first echoes you start doing are level 50 echoes, and there's a level 50 timeline. So if I do 1 echo, it'll give me like 5% chance to spawn the quest, and then another 5%, and another 5%, and another 5%, and then until eventually the chance is that high that the quest appears. You do the quest, kill the boss, and the boss will give you specific loot, depending on which boss you're fighting. And then there's like 3 quests per timeline. So then we get to the very end game boss. There's like a big boss that does have like an actual massive amount of health. Depending on how much your builds are, they will still take a while to kill them.
What happens when you beat that? What happens
when you beat that boss, you can get that. You can get to the. You get their gear. They have a chance that they have like a 15. Every boss end quest line boss has a 15% chance to drop a certain piece of gear. So
okay, but not the gear. Like
after that,
what
you will. After you do that, you will unlock another. Yeah, so you unlock the next tier, basically.
Which you can do another set of echoes with bosses that are all level 100.
Yeah.
And when you've done that, then there's only the arena left.
Yeah.
Which is never ending, as long as you
arena is like how long can you last, but there's like 7. So you start off at level 50, and then when you do the level 50 quest line, it goes, do you want to open the level 62 or level 68 quest line? So then you go do the level 62 quest line, and then you can go do the level 68 quest line, and then that'll open up 2 more quest lines, and it keeps going and going and going. But like the grind to get your character to max level in this game is so much harder. Like I played Machine Gun Grid for like 4 days, and it's the most broken build I think I've ever seen in my life, and I still am only level 80, and I'm at the hot level 100 quest line now, but it gets harder to the chance of getting the quest is lower and lower and lower every single time. So see, now that I'm at a level 100 quest line, the chance of me doing an echo, or when I complete an echo, the chance that I get the quest line is way lower. So you have to do more echoes, and the echoes are way harder up there.
Fair enough. Does actually seem quite decent. If Zizzern likes the game and he is a good judge of like ARPGs and stuff, I'm not sure. I might buy it.
Did he try it, or is he gonna try it?
He's gonna try it when the thing comes out.
He's already played it. I think he has about 400 or 500 hours in the game, like way before it was like at the very beginning of early access, right up till now. Yeah, but he still has a very mediocre review on it. He wants to see like updates and stuff because he says the end game hasn't been fleshed out properly, but the class system and everything and like all of that's like really in depth, which is something that I'd enjoy.
Yeah, that's what really enticed me in this game, lad. The abilities. So you can see my stream, can't you? If you go to Discord and then click on my name, you should be able to watch my stream.
I'm gonna eat some food here and then
you're
probably as I'm eating I'll think whether I'll get it or not. I might just hop on and see what it's like, but
yeah,
I'll be back in a wee bit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna eat here for like 30-40 minutes.
Okay, sweet. Sure, I'll talk to you then. Okay.
Yeah.
What do you think of Dylan? Gert.
I'm eating.
Oh, sorry, I didn't even realize.
He sounds a lot older than you are.
He is younger than me.
Younger?
Sorry, he's 1 year old. Sorry. He's 22 or I think he's 21 or 22. I'm turning 21 in 1 month, and I think he is 22 at the moment. He has a very deep voice though, yeah. I have super high voice, like I already know that in comparison to him. But yeah, he's 1 or 2 years. I don't even think it is 2 years. I think it's like 1 and a bit. See, when I went to my school, I had a few friends. One guy I'm still in college with now. One guy is doing like a half course sort of thing, like a internship thing. And then the other two have changed course to health science to do like PT, you know, like a gym instructor sort of thing. And one of them works at Sky with Dylan, and that's how I met Dylan. Because they both go to the gym a lot, and Dylan likes the gym, and Cameron, my friend Cameron, who was in my course at the time, liked the gym. So I met Dylan from the gym, and then we played all over COVID over summer. Like we played every fucking game over the sun. Like I think we spent about minimum about £20 a week on games. We kept going for games, like not as fast as we could. We were trying to get to the end game of like to try out a pile of games to see how they were, and we like played Elder Scrolls Online, got to the end game, realized that nobody actually plays the end game because you need to coordinate like a group of like a clan of like 12 people, and then you have to like split up the gear, and nobody ever does it because I don't know why they don't do it. So we couldn't progress the end game to complete our builds in that game, so we left that. And then
You needed a functional guild.
you needed a guild, yeah. You needed a functional guild, and it was like literally impossible. Like Dylan had been kicked out of 2 guilds for what was it? We were in a guild one day, and I came back the next day. Like me and Dylan came on, and Dylan was a little bit ahead of me because he played a few days before me. But I was trying to catch up by playing a little bit extra, and then one day we came on and Dylan was like kicked from the guild, and I was like, why was he kicked? And he was like, there was like the most bullshit excuse I think I've ever heard. It was something Dylan said. Oh, that's what it was. There was like an argument about a build or something, right? It was just like a conversation, not even an argument. And Dylan disagreed with the guy's opinion, and the other guy was best friends with the guild leader, and he got butthurt because Dylan was right or something, and he basically got kicked. And then I asked like the guild leader what happened, and he was like, Dylan called my friend a pile of names, even though I had seen the chats from Dylan. Like he'd screenshotted all the chats, and I sent them to the guild leader, and he was like, I don't care. So we just like basically he got kicked, and we joined other guilds, but nobody is willing to do the end game content to progress the builds, because you had to like get a 12-person party basically. You had to coordinate, and then you also had to share the loot, and one boss would only drop like one piece per like body part. So you had like 6 DPS, 4 tanks, and 2 healers all rolling to see who got the loot. And you would just do exclamation mark roll, and whoever got the highest roll just got everything, or got the piece they wanted first. So it was...
That sounds like a lot of other games in that genre, how they work. It's pretty normal.
Yeah, but nobody wanted to do it. You couldn't get a grip to do it because nobody wanted to do it, and that was only for one set. That was only for one set. Like, so that might only be a set that works with mages. So then the other people that did the mission wouldn't get anything because the boss only dropped. Go ahead. Sorry.
When I started to play World of Warcraft when that was released,
Mm-hmm.
you had to do the same thing, but the group size was 40 people.
Yeah, the big raid things you're on about.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And you had to do with 40 people share the loot and everything.
Yeah. Yeah, but the first thing, right? That game is a pay-to-play like subscription thing, which means that people are dedicated to actually playing the game. See, in ESO, people go offline all the time and just, never play again. So when you got into a guild, there was never a guild that you could get that had a consistent amount of players because nobody cared. Nobody cared if they'd already bought the game. It didn't matter. Where in World of Warcraft, you'll have consistent players because the people that are still playing are the ones that are paying. You know what I mean? That's the one thing I don't like about World of Warcraft. I would play it 100% because there's a massive player base, but I don't like the fact you have to keep paying to play the game repeatedly. It's the only game I've ever heard that's not like a Japanese game that does that. I know there's a few Final Fantasy games or something similar to them.
There are a lot of games that are subscription based.
Yeah, but I don't. For World of Warcraft's the only one I mainly know because of how big it is. But yeah, I did not like the it's not that I didn't like anything. It was just, so you go to this boss. He had a chance to drop the gear that you needed, but then you had to fight it. That's fine. I don't even mind fighting it. It was trying to get a grip that would play and do the, like, we literally couldn't get one boss grip because to fight one boss because everybody wanted to fight a different boss because everybody wanted different loot. You know what I mean? So that's why we couldn't play ASO, and we stopped playing after like 2 weeks because it took so long to get to the certain power rank. But so you could start doing that sort of stuff. So we maxed our builds to the max we could get them to, but then that's when we stopped playing then because there was no one else to play with who would agree to do a mission with you because then they would be like, I don't trust you, you might leave and not play the mission with me now, sort of thing. Whereas in World of Warcraft, you have 40 people playing, and people doing quests and side quests and storylines. There are definitely going to be enough people to complete the raid, and they'll consistently play because they're paying to play the game. Like, I'm not going to pay £15 a month, for the Uplay Pass if I'm not going to use any of the Uplay Pass. You know what I mean? That's and ESO was a money grab as well. It was awful, the amount of stuff in that game that was like a money grab. Like, they released a DLC they called it all of Skyrim in ESO, and when you got there, I didn't play Skyrim because I didn't have a PC at the time and didn't play it on console. I don't play a lot of single player games, but Dylan bought it and refunded it within 25 minutes because the map was tiny and it was misadvertised completely, which sort of sucks. But one good thing is when you bought the £25 thing that he bought for the upgrade, you also got like a chest and stuff, and the loot you got from the chest stayed, so he sort of got free stuff, which is cool. But so we played that. Then we played a bit of it wasn't really an online grindy game, but it was more like a competitive. How long can you get? Risk of Rain 2. That was amazing, but it got to the point where the game got, I mean, literally so laggy that I had to stare at a wall because my build had got to the point where it was so ridiculous that if you didn't look at a wall, the amount of projectiles and missiles that were hitting enemies would cause your game to crash. I got to round 90, wave 90 in the game. Dylan crashed at 60, and me and him just sort of waited. Like, he just kept watching me on Discord until I crashed, and I was like, I'll just keep going until we go. And he thought I was going to crash a little bit earlier, but I ended up not crashing for some reason for a good bit more, which is good. But the game sort of got boring because you're doing the same thing, you know, just pushing waves repeatedly. We played Deep Rock Galactic, which was actually pretty good crack. It was really good fun. But it sort of just, it was very repetitive. It was just go into a cave, all the caves look the same, and go get different ore. And then it never got updated. The only thing they would release in the updates were cosmetic skins, which wasn't really good when you wanted content instead of cosmetic skins. So we stopped playing that. What other games we played? Like I had a library of about 15 games that I bought in the Steam Summer Sale, and I think my library now has about at least 38 games, I think. That's like a random number I pulled out of my head, but I'm nearly sure it's true. Around that. Just because of the amount of games we played over summer, me and Dylan.
Okay.
Let me check, actually, I want to see this. How many games do I have? $66. I have 66 games now. Like, when I got my PC and like started buying games, I had about 10 to maybe 15 games. I have a lot more than that now. Not all those are me and him, but that's how I met Dylan, by gaming over the summer. Oh my god, I have to re-numlock those abilities because I just clicked on Steam and I think I just messed up my numlock again. Three's working, is 4. Or, sorry, 4 is working, is 3. I just have the Holy Aura buff, I think, up at all times, and my lunge ability up at all times. So every time I literally point at any enemy, even if they're off screen, it just sort of flies towards them and gives me crit strike chance. Where am I going? Oh, there's a quest here. Let's go down. There's a weird interaction with walls. Some walls, the hammers just fly through, and then some walls, the hammers don't like and instantly disappear. like that one there, but not that one. That's so weird. Oh shit, I missed the quest. I'm just going in the all throw and attack damage. In my passive tree.
But you have to do Paladin?
Yes.
So you cannot make a Void Knight
Void,
hammer
no.
throw.
No. That's what, well, I'll read out the rules really quick. 2 seconds. So on the rules, it says, where is it? This one here. Right, so general news, general chat, week 5 info. So this the classes are these classes are no longer available for play. Beastmaster, Sorcerer, Shaman, Spellblade, Lich. Solo softcore, class Paladin, skill Hammer Throw, and then the tag at the front of your name is HMR TM6 underscore, and then whatever you want. And then it just says an example is week 1 underscore Wereshark. Your in-game character name must have the tag at the underscore at the front, so we can track your points. The chosen skill must be on your bar by level 50. So as soon as I hit level 50,
How do they check that? How do they check if it's on your bar?
because you can check the leaderboards.
Yeah, you can check the gear.
I don't know. Solo softcore. There must be some way, because they're not. I'm presuming they're not going to make it up. You know that there's no way they could be able to check. There must be a way for them to be able to check, or they wouldn't have it in the rules. But from what I can see here, HMR TM6. That's what I'm just looking for right now. On the solo softcore solo. Why does McFluffin Nova 4 MAO? That must be a different tournament, because you know McFluffin? He's got another one that says it's called Nova 4 underscore McFluffin Spellblade, and there's a guy about 5 places up from him, Nova 4 underscore MAO. He's also playing Spellblade, so that must be another Discord server with another tournament going on. Or an old one. Actually, yeah, that's probably right, actually. Yeah, because Nova 4, because this is a Hammer M6, so maybe, I don't know. But the highest, I'm looking for this tag, HMR TM6. And I can actually check who signed up. So right now, there's only 5 people signed up for this one, because he said it be more active when there is a new patch, for the game, because there's way more people playing. Ah, Yevdir is actually on here as well. He's playing Void Knight. He's got the 113. That's the guy I watched who played Torchlight as well. So from what I can see, no one has got to the top 100 ranks with the hammer throw built in yet. So top 100 is in solo softcore is wave 97. So no one has pushed the wave 97 with hammer throw yet, which means I'm gonna do it first. Okay, now I've got my numlock set up. I can go again. And I'm gonna die instantly. Holy crap. There's so many projectiles. Yo, I just died. Yay, softcore. I've got like 7 stacks of poison on me. What the hell? Okay.
So it's not hardcore solo self-found.
No, it's softcore solo self-found. It's like a 1-week tournament or something. I don't know if it's every week or it's 10 weeks. I don't know how it works. There is a lot more information on it, and I did read it, but I've already forgot it. Actually, I've slowed down my hammer's movement speed, and it also increases their damage. So I'm able to sort of aim where I want them to be, you know, at the right time. If I move my character, I can like have all my hammers hit the one guy. Increase melee elemental damage, increase minion, chance to blind. 50. The weapon I'm using right now is 50 melee damage. And my numlocks aren't working again for some reason. Maybe I didn't set them up last time, right? That's why I died. Or I just suck either way. Because even with this build, I'm still not very tanky. Might have something to do with the reason I'm always going damage.
Could be.
Hey, I've got one thing that gives me like 10 health a hit. That should be enough, right? Sorry, 25 health a hit. Right. It's just that it's the inaccuracy of hammer throw. That's the one thing I don't like. Like, you can't just have it throw out and like hit the enemy you want it to throw or hit. And even when you do aim it at the enemy, it has a small chance of missing because of how small the hammers are. Their hitbox is so small. Did you realize that when you were playing as well? How like small the hammer hitboxes are?
No, not really.
No? Oh my god, I just got destroyed by that projectile. Yeah, I really need the defense. I don't know how to get it. I should probably just equip better armor. I've got dodge rating armor right now. Not armor that gives me the 15% chance to, or 15% more move speed on hit, and that I was using on my other build. The Marrower one. I've got that as well on this build. That's the unique I got. What is doing so much damage? There's something hitting me and I'm just losing all my health to it. Yeah, again, it's just I've just lost all my health. Okay, right. I've got my 4 specialization skill. Might just use that holy aura because I've been already using it as a buff anyway. More elemental resistance. Block effectiveness. Health gained on block.
Other side, you see the one with the arrows going up, 0.5, and the next one 0.4?
Yeah.
That's what you want to have.
Grant you and your allies increase physical damage. And this one here, attack speed. What about this? Throwing attack damage.
Hammer throw is throwing attack.
That's why I'm looking at it, but I sort of think I need the resistances right now as well. I have those resistances, I just don't have the necrotic, poison, and void. Passives. Right, so this isn't really helping. The poison resist will help, actually. Let me just despec and look at one other skill. The shield throw.
This aura you really want.
Which aura?
The holy aura. That's the thing for the paladin. That's yes, you really want the holy aura.
Okay.
And other thing you want is sigils.
Sigils.
Yep.
Okay. I'm just having a look at this other thing as well, just to see what this gives you. You have an increased armor while shield throws on cooldown. Armor granted on ricochet. Morph base damage. Increased stun chance. Global damage, throwing attack damage. Holy crap. That'll be good for more damage later on. Shit.
This is also a throw, huh?
Yeah, it's also it's a shield throw, which means you have to spec in the you have to have a shield.
No, there is one that oh no, that's the shield charge.
Yeah, that's a shield charge.
Yeah.
Oh, so you don't actually need a shield for this? Oh,
No,
this one?
shield charge you can do without shield.
Okay.
That
I
one
don't
has
know.
a note that actually says, no, you can do it without a shield.
I think I might spec into this, and then go up to the global increased physical damage, and then just have this on cooldown as well. I don't know. Because having 100% global increased throwing attack damage, that will help my hammers as well. And then
have a note in this one that will give you more armor when it's on cooldown.
Yeah, that's this one down here. I'm thinking about using that as well, but I sort of it's 5 points to make it cost nothing. Or just ignore that and go straight for the global physical damage. and I'll have 50% global increased physical damage straight away. Or have the thing cost 0 mana right now, and then get 5 more levels into it and get the global increased physical damage, then go for the shield. I'll see.
If you look at gearing at the moment,
Mhm.
you probably don't have much mana gear.
I don't,
So
but all my mana
mana-
costs are so low. Like, Holy Aura is costing nothing. That's basically costing nothing. Holy Aura is taking very long to cool down, so the mana that I'm using isn't really a big deal.
Oh, Holy Aura, you don't even have to activate. Just leave it on and don't use the activated ability.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, it's always on. My lunge is always on, my Holy Aura is always on, and I could have this shield throw always on as well. So I could like put points into this and get rid of that ability, have shield throw on. Where is it? There it is. And now literally all I have to do is ability 4, 3, 1, and I think that's them all on now. So see the way how much it costs there? Oh, it just one-shotted everything. Okay. Let's see how this works. My mana is definitely way lower because of the cost of shield throw. This is why I was thinking maybe shield throw might have needed the mana reduction first. My vengeance attack that gains me mana is also just changed to shield throw for some reason. Yeah, tankiness is definitely still a problem. What I might do, I don't know. So I'll respec that as skill. Put on shield throw again. Make it cut 0 mana. And now, and then, okay. I'll just have it numlock for now as well. And then, after, I'll go for the Holy Aura last.
What level are you?
Actually, do you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna de-numlock the shield throw, because it's really annoying.
You may want to go for Holy Aura now.
Why?
Because you will soon enter the level areas where there is a lot of elemental damage coming your way.
Okay, I'll try that then.
And the elemental resistance you get for free on the Holy Aura, it's like very good.
Yeah.
It opens up a lot of gearing as well. You don't have to look for elemental resistance that much on your gear anymore. You can focus on the other resists.
Yeah. Okay. So 5 I could just put Jacob's my mouse. I just put 5 points straight into elemental resist. Straight away. Oh god, my nose is so itchy. And then go points into block effectiveness. I don't even know. These all look very good. Ward gained on block, block effectiveness per point, elemental resist. They all look very good for now, but
yeah, and go for
extra
the
damage.
Throwing attack speed and damage. Attack speed is very nice because then you can have more hammers up in a shorter time. Which is kind of convenient.
Yeah. But right now, the hammer throw is costing so much mana. So I don't really want to go into that straight away. So I might just go straight into elemental resist. All 5 points into elemental resist for now. Or should I? Probably shouldn't put all my points into that, should I?
That's good. That's good.
Sure. Because I feel like if I went into a few more points into maybe the block effectiveness thing, it would. Because I gain health on block then as well.
No, that's very minimal.
Right, and then I just numlock.
You don't unlock it, just leave it like it is. You don't have to activate the...
Huh?
You don't have to use the activated ability.
I am taking so much damage. What do you mean you don't have to use the activate ability?
Holy Shield works. Holy Aura is an aura which you put on. It works, you don't have to activate it.
Yeah, but if you have it on autocast, it gives you those as well, doesn't that?
You get a bigger bonus when it's an autocast, but then it also uses his mana, 30.
Yeah.
Which is quite a lot at the moment. So just don't activate it and leave it on.
I rather the bonus though. Extra damage. I rather the bonus though, because it gives me the extra damage. And right now, I don't really have.
I'm getting the bonus.
I know I'm getting the bonus, but look at my damage. I can't kill these things. I've went the wrong way. It's amazing. Throw shield and enemy that ricochets of it. What do you think's better, Rive or Vengeance?
I don't know, I didn't use either. I had the shield charge, the sigils, holy aura, hammer throw.
I don't want to just make a juggernaut though, that's the thing. I don't want to make a juggernaut and then not be able to kill anything and take like 30 minutes.
Well, if you look at sigils, they give you a shit ton of damage.
I'll have to have a look at them. Just realized there's 0 point me putting points into this block thing right now. I don't even have a shield on, so there's no block chance.
You get block chance even without a shield.
I have 0 block chance right now. I checked in my character sheet, literally 0.
Okay.
May as well just despec it and re-enable it. Just lose that 1 point. Someone's calling me, 2 seconds. I'm back. My camera's gonna struggle to pick me up. because I have just turned my light off. There we go. There we go.
Light off.
Yeah, in my room. Sigils of Hope. Okay, health restored. 24%. More armor, more duration, max sigils, double health, regen from sigils. Sigils only affect you, that's fine. Block chance per active sigil, block effectiveness. Can cast on allies, don't want that. Base damage, okay, right, well I've had a look at it anyway.
It has a note that you get extra damage for each active sigil. You can have 4 active.
Yeah, I seen that. It's 6%. So you can get 24 in total.
No, it also one that adds base damage,
Oh, okay.
which is very good.
Didn't see that one. See, mana's not a problem when I'm not using that shield throw. See if I can get that shield throw last maybe, and then put like 10 points straight into it. Get the mana cost down and the increased global throw damage at the same time, and then build a little bit at the end, like the defense and stuff at the end. So I'll keep the holy aura for now, yeah. Especially because it gives me passive defense. Right, so my sigil's leveled up. More throw damage. And stun chance. More physical damage. Don't really want the attack speed yet. What else?
You don't have the mana to sustain the attack speed.
Yeah, I don't. So I don't really need this attack speed note either. This one isn't too bad. The elemental resistance isn't too bad.
No, that's a very good one.
Yeah. Might put a few points into that.
And the one below that, in the middle down, is also kinda handy. It's an AoE
Middle
slow,
below that.
but it's always active.
Or has a chance to slow strength. Ah, cool. That's cool. That's really cool, actually. No, no. Don't need those. I'm stuck. I can't move. And
You do have potions, you know.
yeah, I know.
You just still refuse to use them.
Yeah.
Beats dying.
Yeah, I don't really care about dying when I'm playing softcore. If it was hardcore, I would obviously have to like worry about defense only. just make a super juggernaut build, but if it's softcore, I don't really mind. As long as my build does what I need to do in the end, I'm happy enough. Dun, 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 dun.
Well, the character I'm leveling now is gonna be a juggernaut. Because all the other characters, I had enough damage, but not enough survivability.
Defense. Yeah.
And it sucks if you get set back with the echoes.
Yeah. It also sucks going slow for the echoes, so that's another thing. So I do more hit damage. Chance to deal double damage. Okay, passives.
The one that you do more damage against stunned enemies is good.
Have I done that yet? I thought I seen that somewhere.
But you have to reliably stun them then.
Yeah, I forgot about that tree. Down here. Yeah, I'll have to put points in that next. Because I just put a point in the chance to deal double damage percentage. See, when the hammers are up, it's fine. It's not when it's getting them up and then getting them to hit the enemy. That's the hard thing. Right, increase elemental resist for now. More damage against Vengeance deals more damage against enemies that are already down. Okay. Yeah, my kill speed right now is pretty slow. My survivability's not great either. It's because of the freaking way that the axes, the hammers are in this game. Is this not the quest? Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Pick up a shield?
Then I lose so much damage. Sort of like thing though, isn't it?
You?
Yeah, I lose a lot of damage.
Damage?
Yeah, my melee weapon's the thing that's making me do my damage right now. Plus 50 melee damage. Highest one-handed I think I found is like 13.
But your hammers are not melee.
Sorry?
Your hammers are not melee.
Yeah, but it increases the damage of my vengeance.
Oh, yeah. Right. But you're doing hammer throw, not vengeance.
I'm doing both. I don't know what I'm doing, lad. Yeah, but if I have no weapon, is my hammer throws gonna do any damage? Like if I just equipped the shield and didn't have a weapon in my hand, would it work?
Why don't you put a one-hander in your hand then?
Because they do like... Max I think I've seen is 23 damage. It's like not even half. Like this one's 14.
go to the gambler and gamble a weapon.
Yeah, I see the money. I don't have a lot of money this time because I'm low. Because it's so self-find. Like I can try this, but like I don't think it's gonna help as much. I'm gonna try it with a unique shield I found. It's not the good one I want, the dodge one, but it'll do. And I'll see how my damage changes. So I'm still doing my hammer for damage, this is fine. Yeah, I'm doing like half the damage. My hammers are still doing the normal damage though, which is good. Forgot about that. See, Vengeance is used to get my thing right now. And I think I probably should have went with Rive, but the only reason I chose Vengeance was because it was the first ability you get, which means it's more efficient to, use that because I don't have to wait and de-level it then, when I get Rive. But Rive has a faster attack speed. And in the passive tree of the Sentinel, he has an ability called Time and Thief. You regain health and mana when you directly use Rive, Vengeance, or Smite. So, if I used Vengeance because it was the first thing you literally get, and I think the attack speed on Rive would have been better because it would have given me more mana, and it would have given me more mana back, so I could use my hammers more often. But even at that, like the cost of mana, the hammers right now is ridiculous. What's my block chance right now? Block chance 16%. See, like maps that use these hallways, I can't get the full damage out of my hammer throw because they keep hitting walls. Because when they get really wide, they despawn, which sucks. Like throwing out hammers and they're just heading straight off a wall and instantly disappearing. one good thing about the increased attack speed from one-handed weapons is that they are slightly faster, so I get my mana back faster.
Okay.
It's very slightly like, but it is an upside for my mana regen. I'm not used to that Grim Reaper ability because I'm so used to playing range characters that I never noticed he had an AoE ability that like poisons the floor. I didn't even know he had that ability. He puts like 3 AoEs on the floor and they just like melt your health if you stand in them, like damage over time, I think. I didn't even know he had that ability because I've never played a melee character. See, now my blocks will actually have a chance to proc that thing on the left of that tree. See, I have to keep picking up shards now because I don't have any in this in Soul Self-Found. That's the thing, every time there's like, if the gear isn't for your character, there's literally no point picking it up, isn't there not? Because when you go down and make another solo self-found, it will do the same thing on that. It'll separate all your gear again per character.
Yes.
So this lightning weapon that I picked up is actually useless. So see, right now, all I'm able to do is face tank and hope that I can out-heal the poison dots that he puts on the floor. This boss, I hate this boss. And I'm gonna die, so now I have to leave. Some bloody AoEs on the floor. So stupid, he literally carries that AoE on the floor with him. Actually, I had to use my potions, or I would have died. So I just found a spear that does 58 melee physical damage, 4 melee crit strike chance, and 4 health on kill. So I feel like I should use that now because it's better than...
Try it out?
It's better than my axe. Which means I lose all my block chance again. But I also did find a spec a scepter that does 25 melee physical damage, and it's a one-handed. Plus a -3 mana cost. 80%
Yeah, for
chance.
spells.
Uh,
Not sure if that works on hammer throw.
spell mana cost, yeah.
It works on smite though. And
Yeah.
I use smite with hammer throw because there are idols
Mhm.
that say that you cast
Smite on what is
hits
it?
with throwing attacks.
Oh, that sounds juicy. Juicy wee idol.
Uh-huh.
Imagine getting 4 of those.
Uh-huh.
You have like a 40% chance to cast Smite on hit, and Smite heals you, doesn't it? If you're near it.
Yes. And you can have smite give you haste. More attack speed.
I could use Smite instead of Vengeance then as well. Oh no, actually, I wouldn't need this cast. I wouldn't need it actually, because I'd be throwing. Passive. I don't know what to put my passes into. I feel like increased stun chance, maybe. I don't know. I need 1 more point, so it's either more block chance or increased stun chance. I'd still say block chance is better. Oh, wait there. I'm a retard. I could have just,
Put the point in there.
yeah, I could have literally just, I didn't realize I was already 20. I thought I was 19. Didn't need, I thought I needed 1 more point, that's why. Doesn't matter. And there's a quest back here that I didn't know about. And I just got 2 more respect idle slots. There we go. 1 block chance. Straight into the one I want to now. Block the effectiveness with shield and physical throwing attack damage with a shield. See now. Oh, I have 3 points. I didn't even realize. I have 3 unspent points. So now I need to use a shield because I'll gain more throwing damage.
Yeah, with a shield. Not with the hammer.
Physical throwing attack damage with a shield. While you have a shield equipped, your blocks are more effective and you deal additional physical damage with throwing attacks.
Oh, okay. All attacks then.
Okay. So now I have to go back to the shield. And then I got this new Vector thing that does more melee damage, so either way I'm going to use it, even if it doesn't do the... the spell cost thing. Don't really care. Here I was, where was I? Here? Okay, so now I have to stick with one-handed, okay. That's fine. Don't really mind that. No, that's the... Yep, that's the one ability that one-shot me last time. I remembered it now. Cause I'm not... I seen him like charge up his thing and I was like, no chance. Am I standing near him anymore?
That's not gonna happen on my face.
Yeah, it's just because...
Rock anymore.
I just remembered last time I was like sitting right in his face and he did that. That's not happening again. See, the thing is, see with Hammer Throat, I don't really want to put points. I don't even know if there is a mana cost one in here. Okay, there actually is. Hammer Throw hits deal more damage and Hammer Throw costs less mana. Is that a no-brainer? Should I be using that? Makes it cheaper and makes me do a small amount more damage. It costs 21 to throw one of those hammers right now. I don't even know. I feel like I shouldn't have done that double damage chance until the end and maybe went for more damage versus stunned enemies because they continuously stun, I think, every time they hit. This is the thing I don't like, having the reposition and stuff. Because the enemy keeps throwing down dots and like running into its face, and then it throws down more dots and you have to run around behind it. Numlock, 3-4, numlock off. Okay, eat. Oh, there we go. Damage reduction while attacking melee attacks. I didn't even realize I could have spec'd into that. If I use Vengeance in I think 4 seconds. In the last 2 seconds, which is my only melee ability, I take 6% less damage. So I just stay in its face, use Vengeance, and throw hammers. And maybe one day I'll be tanky. And then see in lunge, every 4 seconds I get a thing called every time I lunge I get initiative for 4 seconds. Gives me 200% critical strike chance.
Yo, what's up?
Yo, Don, what's up?
Hello.
Watched the 2 episodes of Game of Thrones because Dara's getting into it, so
Oh, she's liking that.
yeah, she's actually enjoying it. Yeah.
You watched that already, or have you
I've
started
seen it
watching it?
all.
Oh, you've seen it all already?
Yeah.
I tried to watch that. I couldn't get into it.
It's really good. It only starts getting good at the third season, season 3.
Yeah, because season 1 was just like introducing you to loads of different people. And I watched the first season until the wee boy fell off, got pushed off the castle.
Yeah.
When he caught them. So
Oh, the events have been announced for PoE.
events? Is that the next upcoming stuff for the updates, is it? Or what do you mean by events?
You still there? What?
Dylan, can you hear us?
Yeah. Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, fair enough. Yeah, the new events have been announced there.
Yeah, what are
Yeah,
those?
bunch of
Is that those events for like in game right now, or are they like updates for the
New
future?
league.
No, not the new league. They're doing events, like flashback events and stuff before the league ends.
Okay. Is that stuff like What's that white one that makes the whole place foggy? When you run through
No,
it.
it's not.
Not like
It's
that,
not
no.
an actual delirium. It's not an actual. These are just like wee small events that you can join that only last for like a week,
Oh,
week or
okay.
so. So 1 week mayhem. The mayhem event takes classic Path of Exile modifiers from Anarchy, Invasion, Breach, Ambush, Torment, and Harbinger, and pushes them to the extreme. The extreme. In each area, you'll encounter one of the following scenarios: 20 Rogue Exiles, 20 Strong Boxes, 20 Invasion Bosses, 10 Breaches, 20 Tormented Spirits, or 20 Harbingers. What?
It's basically
Each
makes it
area in
really
raid
hard.
class- Yeah, each area in raid class will have one of these mods. The mod that in the area will change every hour. That actually sounds insane. In the Mayhem one, 1 week Endless Delve. The long-awaited Endless Delve event is finally here. You've got nowhere to go but down. This 1 week event you'll play exclusively in the Azurite Mine. Sulfite is not required for progress. You'll begin the plunge with access to some starter gear to help you take on Perilous Darkness. At various level thresholds, you'll have access to the passive points you'd normally get from quests and incur Kativa's resistances penalties. No way. That's pretty cool.
That could be interesting.
Yeah, you can only play Delve in that one though, so you have to make a character and you can only Delve. You can't do anything else. But you don't need to get Sulfite. You can just keep going down and down and down. That's actually pretty fucking fun.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. And then the other one is 3-week Heist Flashback. The Heist Flashback event is all about the ruckus. In each area, you'll contest with several popular mods from past leagues in a harrowing mad dash for power and glory. Alongside Heist, each area in raid class will have a random selection of 3 of the following. No way. 1 Delirium, Mirror, Beyond, Metamorph, Timeless. So we'll have like it'll have 3 of it'll have 1 of each old league 3 times in every area you go into. So it could be like a Delirium, Mirror, Metamorph, and Beyond. That's actually pretty sick. That's actually quite sick.
I'm more interested in the Delph one.
Yeah, the Delve one does look pretty good. No way. When does the Delve one come out? Let me find out here. 1 week Endless Delve is on December the 11th. Lasts for 7 days. Pretty cool.
Oh, that's a shame, lad. What that means?
What?
That means you'll already be hooked on Last Epoch for a week by then.
Yeah.
Because you'll be playing that new character so much.
Yeah, true.
That's such
well,
a shame. You won't even get to play them now. Aww. Nah, joking.
It's only if I enjoy the character. It's only or if
Nah,
I
I
enjoy
know,
the game.
I know.
Because PoE's like, this is to explain PoE's depth, lad. So you do the whole story, which takes like 12 hours. You run through it. It's boring as fuck, but you do it. So it's already 12 hours of gameplay. Well, the normal person that puts a number of hours in it can do it in 12. If you run through it 4, if you're experienced 6, 7, 8. But people do it usually in 12. And then you do maps.
Yeah.
Until you get so you have to actually get progressively higher in tiers of maps, and then when you get to the highest tiers of maps, you can drop like Shaper modified maps. When you kill the boss in them, you get a Shaper fragment, and you have to collect 4 Shaper fragments to fight Shaper, and then you have to kill Shaper 4 times to get 4 Elder fragments to fight the Elder, and then the Elder is like the final boss. So that literally is like weeks and weeks of gameplay to actually even get there. And then the skill tree is fucking absolutely insane. Then you have the Ascendancies and everything. Like, I don't know, PoE just so hard to beat that.
No. Do you know what I see like I'm not comparing this game anywhere to PoE because I know PoE has been out for so long and it's got so much in it. But see this game in comparison to Torchlight, like it's amazing. Like this is still in early access. You have to remember, and it's already got more content than Torchlight, and a better skill tree, and a crafting, and you can gamble. Well, gambling's in Torchlight too, but gambling shit in Torchlight, and you can sort of actually target gamble in this game. Like you pick the base of an item and you can gamble that base repeatedly by refreshing the gambler and looking for only gambling that one item until you get the chance of getting the unique.
Yes.
And The only thing that this game's missing in comparison to Torchlight is multiplayer. But if
You
that's
don't really need multiplayer to be fair.
nah,
It's
I
like
know.
solo self-found. It's like
Yeah.
solo self-found, basically.
Yeah.
That's what it is. SSF. Which is fucking class. Like, I think SSF is more fun.
Because you have
In
to
my
like
opinion,
proper grind to get to the gear you want.
Yeah, I don't even think that game's gonna be fun when multiplayer comes out. The only thing that's gonna be really fun is the arena, because like that's when you push like really, really far.
Yeah.
Because ARPG games are very hard to like balance around multiplayer. Let's say you're playing your build and you're like, oh, I'm doing so good, my build's so good, I'm playing like Groot, the machine gun Groot, I'm killing everything.
Yeah.
And someone
Imagine
joins
someone joining
your
and
game
buffing you even
with
more.
No. Someone joins your game with 400% movement speed, can blow up everything in the game. That just removes your full like fun. Your build just becomes shit. And you're like, fuck's sake, why is my friend able to do this? Right, I'm gonna re-roll. Then you're playing single player all again just to get to where he is.
Yeah.
And then it's like who blows up shit the fastest.
Yeah.
It's like pointless at that stage.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like there's some abilities in this game that like buff your minions or buff anything inside an area. Like see that entangling roots? It gives 32% more attacks and cast speed or something like that per one that you're standing in. And if you're standing in 5 of them, you're gaining like 150%. And then like there's other things that obviously can buff your that buffs your damage just by having the attack speed. And then you can have someone else casting the same ability in a different tree, like spec a different way, and they'll give you more damage and stuff. Like like I don't know. I just think it's gonna be really hard to balance when that sort of stuff comes out.
True.
But there are some builds in this game that absolutely disintegrate stuff in comparison to other builds. Like there's some builds in this game that are super duper slow, but tanky. Like I've seen a guy get up to 99% block chance. 99%, so that he literally blocks everything and has his build that every time you block you do damage. So like he blocks everything, like literally, well, nearly everything, and retaliates every time he blocks. So his damage comes from blocking. You know what I mean? It's slow damage, but imagine fighting a boss who uses like a damage over time or like a beam attack on you. They'll continuously be doing damage to you, which will you'll be continuously blocking and then doing the damage back to them.
My greatest offense is, or my greatest defense is my offense. I just one-shot everything before they even get to me, or before they have a chance to move. And I think that's like...
that's what I always go for as well, is just as much damage as possible, because if you can kill them before they can even do damage to you, what's the point in defense?
True.
Like
99% block is fun until it's not fun. Until it takes 30 minutes to kill a boss.
Yeah.
And then that 1% chance where they actually get through, they one-shot you.
Yeah. Well, you can build in the armor and stuff as well, but like most of them builds are super duper tanky as well. So when they do take damage, like there's another ability, there's a thing called ward in this game, which is literally just energy shield. You gain ward on block. So you can like gain infinite ward because you block everything, and then if they do manage to somehow get through your block, it goes into your ward, not your health.
Okay.
And the more intelligence you have, the more ward retention you have, so you can keep your ward up for at a higher percentage.
It's the exact same as PoE then. Like energy shield and block and that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Because there's builds in PoE, that's why, like, obviously, I know I'm fanboying over PoE a lot, it's just because I've been playing it for so long, but there's cast when damage taken, and you literally don't even have to press a single button, you just hook everything up.
Yeah.
You hook like 40 different abilities up to cast when damage taken, and your screen blows up. Like, one thing touches you, and it's like, yeah, your PC like lifts off the floor a wee bit, and just cast like 40 different abilities.
No, I know, that's what I liked about the PoE. Like, there was so, like, the amount of different things you can do in that game. The skills are just amazing because they all slot into different places. The only thing I didn't like is having to grind to get the right colors, the slots, then linking, and then...
There's easy ways to doing it, but you need experience. You cannot just jump into this game and be like, oh, let me play. you're like, wait, what does this do? What does this do? What does this do?
Aye.
You're gonna be like miles behind everyone else. But you see, next season, lad, you should really invest time in the next season, and like you'll literally be flying. Like if you put the time into like the next league update, you will be like flying. You'll know everything. If you put a wee bit of time into it, obviously, like.
Yeah. No, I do enjoy it though. I like really have fell in love with games like this. And like, remember I was playing controller? Remember I was playing controller? I've changed back to mouse and keyboard because.
Oh, never play controller ever.
Well, Torchlight was okay because it was shit, but. Yeah.
Mouse and keyboard's far like more faster and fluid, and the fact that you're always gonna be able to survive that little bit extra playing on mouse and keyboard. Unfortunately. Holy
Arc grants your and allies when blocking attacks. Block effective unless. Like PoE is definitely more. Definitely has more skills, and you can build way more builds PoE because there's. Like, I could build a Necromancer that can be tanky with 10 different abilities, where in this game, you pick Necromancer, and you have to you're sort of forced down a certain tree.
Yeah, it's like Diablo.
Yeah.
But, no ARPG that's, like, out at the moment or has ever been released will ever compare to PoE, unfortunately, but it's only because how long they've had with PoE and the amount they've added to it. Like, there's 50 or 60 different crafting methods. There's a full in-game like currency system based on orbs that change your gear and you craft with. And then there's like 7 or 8 different end games. It's like at that stage you just can't add any more. Well, obviously you can add more, like, but that's why PoE 2 is coming out. Hopefully in 2021. I'm not sure though.
No.
When's it coming out? Do you know?
Later.
Fuck's sake. And Diablo 4 is going to be shit. Everybody knows Diablo 4 is going to be shit. We'll play it for like 2-3 weeks, and that'll be it. Over and done with. Unfortunately.
That's crap.
I don't know yet.
Well, have you seen the skill trees and stuff that they like?
I've seen a picture of a tree.
Yeah. It's absolute ass. But we don't know. Well, I don't want to judge it too like soon, but I just know, I have a feeling that there's just, like, when they uploaded that skill tree, there was over, like, I think it was maybe something like 3,000 to 4,000 complaints instantly within the first 24 hours on how they'd, like, shaped the skill tree. It was like, so, let's say you're playing the wizard, and you have a skill called Fireball. Their skill tree, they literally wrote in the description, this insanely high-depth skill tree will allow you to shape your abilities like crazy amounts. One of the biggest nodes to change your fireball ability was your fireball now travels 5 meters further and deals 20 extra damage. And that was one of the biggest nodes. No other changes to fireball, nothing. And it's like, fuck me, like actually make fireball do something instead of just like
like split or do something else.
Yeah, do something. But like that was like all the abilities that were just so lackluster.
Yeah. Your ability now has a sparkle effect. Nah, I didn't see it like, but your fireball now has ray trace god rays.
No, it was very lackluster. A lot of people complained, and they were like, well, I don't have high hopes for like any of these abilities being remotely good. So hopefully they take the feedback. But Diablo, like, I don't know what Blizzard are like taking feedback. They've never really been good from what I've heard. So I don't really have much high hopes. Could be proven wrong though. But it's not going to be released for ages either, so
yeah,
we're sort of stuck with these games.
Yeah, the quality of games right now are sort of shit.
Are you going to get Cyberpunk?
I'm still debating on it. I think I'm going to need to watch a bit of it before I decide, because I'm still not convinced how that I'm going to play it. Like, right now, I was seriously considering just stop playing this at Valhalla, because I got to the point where I've been fighting 190 bosses just and it took me how long did it take me to fight that boss, Gert, that wolf boss? Gert was watching me fight it. I was only able to do sprint attacks, because it was the only attack that did damage, and I got to the point now.
How did you remotely think that they would like design a game where you would fight like level 180s? Like,
it was like boss after boss after boss, and I was like, what the hell's going on? I've just killed a boss, and the next cut, it's like, go here, and you go over there to try leave the area, and there's like another boss. He's like, where do you think you're going? And I was like, what the hell's going on? That's.
Yeah, he skipped the grind and started at the end game.
Like, lad, I don't know how. Like, I thought that was a smart thing. No, I didn't. I don't want to watch any other gameplay because I didn't want to spoil it on myself.
But you wouldn't have spoiled it. You'd have just said like, what do I need to do next to like continue the main story, and I would have told you. Online.
Yeah.
Lad, fuck's sake.
I can't believe that. Like, you were telling me about the assassins. I know, I can now. I can just leave because it lets you wake up at any time to like go back to Asgard or to go back to thing.
I haven't even built our camp yet. I haven't built it.
Lad, do you know what I did? I literally like raided like every area in the area, and then just was like, right, I'm gonna build piles of random crap around my camp, and then went straight to Asgard. I was like, oh, okay, let's go, bye. And
Asgard.
And do you know
that's awesome.
I know. The weird thing was, as soon as you woke up from Asgard, she's like, do you want to go back? And I was like, oh, okay, I'll just go back again. Like, it didn't make any sense, because you like have to tell your woman what you see in Asgard.
Well,
the foodie woman. And then
it did make sense when you were like level 30 fighting 180s.
Yeah. Like, I mean,
At that point I would have like
every attack that I was taking was dropping my health to 1 HP. And the only reason I was surviving is because I had a ability that stopped my health at 1 HP.
There's an ability you can get, like the
Grit?
ranger skill tree.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, grit's okay, but the ranger skill tree is so fucking overpowered. So the strength on the melee skill tree is north. The ranger one is to the right, and the assassin one's left.
Yeah.
The ranger one has an ability where when an enemy dies, they drop their weapon, and you can press E to throw it. And literally, just as soon as one guy drops, you just keep throwing weapons at everyone. Like, instantly
I haven't
killing
seen
them.
that one.
You just spam E, he goes.
Just keeps throwing weapons at everyone.
Yeah, so broken. The ranger skill tree like needs revamped ASAP.
That I think that happened in the last game as well, wasn't it? Like, the ranger abilities were just so much damage.
No,
Were they not?
It wasn't it wasn't the ranger abilities. It was fire. Did I not show you my build? Did I not like load up my game and show you my build?
You showed me. You showed me the Asgard, like the Atlantis abilities or something.
Yeah.
But I don't think I
couldn't die. Remember, I can't die. I don't lose HP. I have like perfect armor. I literally I have an ability that heals me to full and turns me invincible for 5 seconds. And then I have another ability that makes it so I can't be interrupted or stopped. And I have Achilles armor on that every hit I do, I gain HP back. Lad, I is literally invincible. Like, Medusa was like freezing me, and then like doing her finisher, it would take me to 1 HP, and I'd hit her once and go straight back up to full. Like, fuck's sake.
Oh well, I'm gonna call it a night.
Okay, Gar.
Need to work tomorrow.
Okay.
See you guys later.
See you later, Gar.
See you, dude.
He was actually very quiet the whole time.
Fair enough. Yeah, it's probably because it was just me there and I was talking a lot.
Yeah.
But
we're also talking so much because we haven't chatted in so long.
I know. What time were you up from?
I've been up since 9, but I've had work at 10. I work 10 to 6.
Oh, I see. Oh, you've actually been like up since 9 o'clock this morning, yeah?
Oh yeah, I've been up since 9 AM. I had to go to work and then just got back then. I got back at like 6:30. I went to Super Italian and stuff and just grabbed myself something to drink and came back then.
Fair enough.
I actually really recommend you get this game. It's actually really fun, and there's
Oh,
three class. There's three, like, so you have your main character, right? So there's four right now, and then you have sub classes that you can spec into. Each character has three, but not all of them are developed. So like Paladin, or sorry, Sentinel, which is the main class, has
yes.
12 abilities that
It's
he
like
unlocks.
PoE where you ascend, isn't it?
So
you start off as a marauder, or what class do you play? You start off as the
so
witch, and then you like
yeah.
ascend into the thing.
So you start off as a mage, and then you can change into a sorcerer or a spellblade. And there's a rune master, but the rune master's not out yet, so he's just not developed. For the sentinel, you can change to a void knight, a forge guard, or a paladin.
Yes.
For the beastmaster, it's like druid. For the primalist, it's beastmaster, druid. There's something else I don't know. I don't play that. I haven't played a shaman. And then for the acolyte is necromancer, lich, and there's another class. I can't remember the name. Warlock, but warlock isn't developed. So there's two classes that have all three of their subclasses, and then acolyte only has lich and necromancer, and the mage doesn't have the rune master yet. And when you spec into that tree, you get like bonuses. So see if you here, I'll even share my screen unless you want to look at the stream, because the stream's probably delayed. Give me 2 seconds.
Yes, there's screen if you want.
Screen to go live. So hopefully it doesn't lag now, because I'm like streaming two things. But yeah, so I start off as a sentinel.
Okay.
And as you put passive points into here, into the the sentinel tree, you unlock these extra abilities, and they are down here at the bottom. These last four. So you unlock these ones by leveling. You unlock these by putting points into your passives, and then after you get to a certain mission, you talk to these guys, and they'd be like, "Which one do you want to pick?" So you have to ascend, and each subclass has its own bonuses. So this guy starts doing void damage, which is one of the 7 types of damage there is in the game. This guy is fire and physical resistances and damage. This guy is like so much armor and defense and healing and stuff. Okay. So for the tournament that I'm in right now, it said you have to specialize in paladin, which I have. See the way it's mastered there?
Yes.
And you have to use hammer throw. This is just like a 1 week tournament thing where we see who can get highest in the leaderboard. So right now we're in solo self-found. And basically your name, you show it there. People, so say Nova 4, Nova 4 underscore. That's like a tag. See the way this guy? That was like a last week's tournament. So they were all playing Spellblade, and they all had to use one ability. This week it's hammer throw, paladin, see how far you can get in the waves. So the waves are like endgame. So first thing you do, finish this campaign, kill the boss, unlock echoes, start grinding echoes to get progress through the quest lines in each echo. And then so there's like so basically you start here, I think. Oh, sorry,
I might just bet now in like 15 minutes or so, 10 or 15 minutes.
Yeah.
So you can tell me as like I'm going through it if you want.
Yeah, that's fine. But so see, you start down here, level 55. I thought that was 50. So you go here, you do echoes and echoes until you get the first quest, kill the boss at the quest, do more echoes until you get the second quest, finish the guy at the second quest, echoes at the third quest, and then you choose to go that way or that way. And then you can choose from there to go that way or that way, and you keep going up basically, and grinding higher level areas and higher XP gain, item gain, and all that. It's really, really fun. And like, see every one of these skills that I've unlocked. Even though I focused on Paladin, when you pick Paladin, you get like, this is the only ability that you actually unlock. Like, so for Paladin, I unlocked an ability called Holy Aura.
Okay.
But I could pick Forge Guard and then put all my passive points into Paladin and unlock these 3, but just not be able to use this Holy Aura. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
So
Fair enough. Fair enough.
right now I've specialized in Paladin because that was the tournament thing. But I've been putting points in the Forge Guard because I need the throw damage from the, for the ability that they've told us to use, Hammer Throw.
Yeah.
So I can choose now to pick any of these abilities, but as soon as I hit level 50, these are part of the rules, as soon as I hit level 50, I have to keep Hammer Throw on my, tree as I progress. Because they have some way of telling, I don't know how they can tell. And each ability you can spec into. So this is like the first ability you get, called Vengeance. It's a riposte. So if I take damage, I counterattack basically for free. So I can hit Vengeance. I can just keep hitting people. It's an attack. Right clicking like this, and if I'm getting surrounded by like 15 guys, it'll riposte each guy around me, as long as I just keep activating this. I keep swinging. So if I click on this, you can spec into it so many different ways. So like right now I've went for an additional riposte, so I can riposte 2 enemies, but I take more damage from the riposte reduction.
Does seem very in depth, to be honest.
Yeah, that's what I love about this game. There's so many different builds, but right now you're limited to 5 abilities. So you right click, QWER, and then that's all you can do. And your left click's your walk. You can't even change that. It's just like these things like move or attack or move or breakable, but you can't put ability in there. So you are limited to 5 abilities, but you can spec into them similar to how PoE does it. So as I level up, I unlock, or my ability also levels up. So see the way it's got a EXP bar? Yeah. So because this is the first ability you get, I started using that. So it'll be the first thing to get level 15. And you can also respec. So if you remove a point, I can just choose to remove 1 point. But then you have to level it up again, another level, to get that point back. Or you can despecialize the whole skill, remove it completely, and put in another skill from here, if I really wanted.
Fair enough.
And then, so I got like that. You unlock this at level 4, level 9, level 19, level 34, level 49. So at level 49, I'll be able to specialize in 5 skills as I go.
There is a lot there, like.
Yeah, I really like it. And there's like, I could play Paladin and play Warpath. That's a Cyclone build. So I have another character I was testing out using Warpath and Void Knight. See this ability here? It sends you back in time 2 seconds. So my Warpath cost is low. So I can spin. I can basically spin around. A little bit of my mana goes down, and then I have Warpath, the Volatile Reversal, auto casting repeatedly. It'll send me back 2 seconds in time to when my mana was up at max, so my mana never runs out.
Fair enough.
There's loads of it's like a combo. And also they buff you as well. Like Volatile Reversal gives you more attack speed, more move speed, and that helps with your Cyclone build because you can put points into increased move speed, increased area with 2-handed weapons. It's a lot bigger. See the way it's only like 15% there, but if you're using 2-handed weapons, it's 50% per point. More damage with 2-handed weapons. So you can go into a 2-handed build, like big thing here, and like that there. Mana per 3 seconds. So if I put 5 points into that, that's 35 mana per 3 seconds, which would be less than the channel cost. Because you're channeling the ability, because you're continuously holding it in. Yeah. So it would literally make that ability cost nothing. So there's loads of different ways you can spec it. So that's only a two-handed way. There's loads of different ways. Like, I know I'm saying there's loads, but there's not really loads, but there's so many different ways you can make it do different things. And that's what I fell in love with this game. Because, like, the only thing is multiplayer. So you can't really, like, you know, run around doing maps together. But you don't really need to. And it's got the wee overlay thing like PoE, so it's like not obtrusive or anything. It's not as customizable, but
I'll see her anyway
cool.
when I go through it.
Yeah,
Pick it up
I
later.
really think you'll like it. So like right now, you know that basic attack I was showing you, the riposte thing. I've in my passive tree in the Sentinel base class, you know, the base passives for the Sentinel before you go into the thing. There's a ability called Faith or Healing of Faith or something. So if you use Vengeance, which is my right click, the riposte, Rive or Smite. These are 3 different abilities. You gain 25 health back and 10 mana per attack. So I gain back health by right clicking and mana, and then I can cast my hammer until I run out of mana, and then I start attacking the enemy to gain back my mana, and then I cast all my hammer throws again out.
Fair enough. Yeah, there's actually a lot to it, like a lot to it. To be
Yeah.
fair.
In comparison to Torchlight.
I know. Torchlight was fucking shit.
Do you know what the thing was with Torchlight? They used to have it so the relic could be craftable, and you could just equip it. But we never played that far because we couldn't get. Remember, we tried to play multiplayer and we just gave up because it literally lagged us out, and then we couldn't log back in. Well, I couldn't log back in. You couldn't get online.
It was shit from the get-go. I didn't like it from the get-go.
If you got free endgame back then, you would get the relic at the very end. So you would actually have to play the whole game with normal abilities, then you would get the relic and put points into the relic after.
Yeah.
If you wanted. So like, say, you know the way the max level in the game is like level 60, and you had to spread your points along the 3 trees or whatever way you wanted to spread it.
Yeah.
The way it used to be was you had 60 levels, and you got the increase your you had like 20 relic points that you could put into as you increased your relic's level, and it meant you could also change your relic on the fly, which would have been amazing. So you don't have to create a character every time you want to change relic. That's what I think's killing the game, is the relics. And you know how to numlock, don't you?
Yes.
So I can numlock most abilities. Well, saying the fact there's only QWER, I've just set them to keep at 1, 2, 3, 4, and as like a secondary button. So I can numlock them, or I can just use them whatever way I want. And I have a ability called Lunge. It basically flies towards the closest person that I can lock onto if I point at them, and gives me crit chance for 4 seconds, and the cooldown on the ability is 2.1 seconds, so basically infinite crit chance uptime just by having that on autocast.
It's so handy, like.
Yeah. You know, no getting RSI for spamming potions to buff your character like continuously.
I know.
I don't get that. I still don't get that. How they can tell you you're not allowed to keybind your like auto keybind your abilities if you're getting like literally like RSI from playing the game because of the way they set it up with the rules. I don't get that.
Yeah, it's the same with like most ARPGs and stuff. I don't know why they do it either, but it's just sort of the way it is.
Do you remember the in Torchlight the way you could equip the cosmic helmet and it would give you +1 to all the skills in that tree? They actually fixed it. So see now, if you you hit level 4, you could instantly put on something, and usually we just did Headhunter because we didn't have any uniques.
Yeah.
They transfer over. So say I've got the cosmic helmet that gives you +1 to all your conductor skills. On my main character, the legendarium slot thing transfers over, so it remembers what ones you've done. And now you can equip the cosmic helmet in the legendarium slot, and it'll give you +1 to all skills in the conductor tree. But if you don't, the way if you didn't have the skill unlocked, you couldn't use it. Now you can. So I can use the flamethrower turret at level 4, as long as you equip the conductor helmet, because it gives you +1 to all skills. So all your skills are level 1, even if you're not high enough level to reach up there. You can't upgrade them until you hit level 20 or 15 or whatever, the way it worked. But
fair enough.
So it made leveling a wee bit easier, like that, because you could spec into all the abilities. You could at least have them, on your main hotbar straight away. This is the area where they all come running to me, isn't it? The one thing is, it's not randomly generated in this game either.
What do you mean?
The layouts aren't randomly generated of the maps. Like the campaign isn't random every single time. The way in Torchlight or in PoE, it's like every single time you load a new instance, it's different. It's not in here, which is bad and good. Good because you can learn the layouts, but bad because it's not random.
That's not too bad though.
And there's like low life builds and everything for like the Lich. There's it's really fun. Oh, I didn't even.
They actually have like low life and stuff too.
Oh yeah. They have idle slots. I didn't even mention them. Idle slots are like sort of like your cube in PoE, or sorry, not PoE. Torchlight. The way Torchlight you got 3 slots as you leveled.
Yeah.
In this game, as you complete all the side quests, you gain a wee bit of extra slots in here. I don't know if you're still looking at my screen.
Yeah, I'm looking.
So see the way I've got these black slots. Those slots I can put these little buffs in. So as you going through the maps, you'll end up picking up these little buffs. So like 13% chance to bleed, and some fizz resistance, healing effectiveness, void resistance. These are just basic ones that I just picked up because they're the only ones I had, since the start. But as you get into the end game, and you start getting the item rarity up and all that, they'll start dropping like every single time you kill a boss. And then after you kill the boss and go back to the echo selection area, there'll be a chest, and you open that chest and it gives you a shit ton as well. And they can roll so many different things and shapes. So see the way that's a 2x1 and a 1x1, like little squares and rectangles.
Yeah.
You can roll a 2x2, a 3x1s, 4x1s, and the bigger ones, the 2x2s and the 4x1s. Because you can only fit 4 of those in the 4x4 square, they give you higher stat bonuses than the weird ones. So you can get like increased damage when low life. Like you can get like 50% increased damage when low life and stuff like that, or 50% increased damage when channeling abilities. So like if you're using Warpath, you're continuously channeling. So you're getting like an extra 50% more damage, and you can have 4 of those equipped at the same time. So you're getting like 200% more damage for having like 4 good rolled idols and stuff.
That's very handy. It's actually really handy.
The way in PoE as well, you can't see percentages. You can see what tier, but you can't see like exact percentages. And same with Torchlight, you literally couldn't even see what type of roll you got. You just got damage numbers and values.
That was pretty much it, yeah.
Yeah, see in this game, you can literally hit Control and Alt. It tells you the max roll, what tier roll it is. So there's up to tier 7 rolls, but they're only findable. You can only find tier 7 rolls. You can craft up to tier 5 rolls on every stat, basically.
Okay.
And so I could get a piece of gear that rolled tier 7, like tier 7 armor or something. Then I could craft health on tier 5 health onto it, and have like a really tanky, helmet or whatever you find it on. And you can find weapons with like tier 7 spell damage and stuff. So like your spells do so much more damage than you can normally get. And then each tier obviously has its min and max. So like tier 1 would do 0 to 10% damage or whatever, 10 to 20. Tier 7 would do like 120 to 150, and then you would roll inside that percentage. So it is really fun. That's what I really like, and it's not super duper massively grindy to get like tier 5s and stuff, but tier 7s are so rare. They're like 6 thanks. I wouldn't say there's rare 6 thanks because I've still never got a 6 thank ever in PoE, but I've got one in this game.
Do you have work tomorrow?
I have class tomorrow. Let me check 2 seconds here where I don't even know where my phone is. I haven't. Give me 2 seconds here, okay?
Dead on. Yeah.
So on a Monday is coding, and usually me and Gavin just ignore him and then do the questions after because he literally doesn't help in his classes. So we just be in the class to get attendance basically, and then we do all the work after the class is over to get it out of the way and submit it and all.
Yeah.
So let me check.
So I was wondering if you want to stay up quite late tonight and just like chill and fucking play Last Epoch.
I won't be able to the night.
Oh, fair enough.
No, I will. Aye, be sweet.
You sure?
Aye, no, I'll be sweet because I went to Super Value and bought 2 big bottles of Coke, and I'm gonna drink them both. They're gonna keep me up.
Fair enough. Yeah,
Right.
'cause I'm gonna need like some serious fucking help with this game if.
It's actually not as it's nowhere near as complicated as you think, lad. Like you can just pick a skill, start speccing into it. You just read all the points. Like I see, as soon as I picked my character, first thing I did, looked at every skill in. So say I picked Acolyte, I just looked at all the skills, read what they do, and then clicked on the one that I thought that looked good. And you can literally just read what each if you level into it, what it will give you. It's not hard at all.
Fair enough.
It's really well. I don't know how to explain it. A Torchlight, they just sort of like, just level that up. You get a tier buff bonuses for putting 3 points on it and all that. In this game, you can customize your skill how you wanted to, or what you wanted to do, sort of thing.
Fair enough.
So like, see this hammer throw? I can actually have it, instead of throwing hammers in a spiral like this, I can have it throw all of them in a X, about like X shape. So it'll throw one up, down, left, right, and all diagonals, and just throw out loads and loads of hammers, stuff like that. But there's always like the best skills, like the spiral thing that orbits me, always has like a downside. Like so I throw 1 hammer base, and then I added 2 projectiles, then I added another 2 projectiles, so I should be throwing 5, but I'm actually only throwing 3 because the ability that makes them orbit around me reduce my projectiles by half. So it's 2.5 and it always rounds up, so it's 3. So I'm getting the ability that I want, but I'm losing something for it. I'm losing damage for it, because 2 extra projectiles are going away basically. But like you could play Lightning Mage, and there's an ability that lets you chain more, and then there's an ability that lets your chains all hit the one enemy. But so it makes the ability single target, but it will make the ability do a lot more damage. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So instead of chaining the 7 different enemies, it cuts the amount of chains you do in half. So now you're doing 3.5 or whatever. But now all those 3.5 chains, which is really 4 because it rounds it up, will hit the one enemy. So he takes 4 times more damage physically. So it turns your chain ability into a single target ability.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. It's really cool. Really, like, I just look at the main abilities, like the different things they proc into, because there's like bigger sort of nodes on each skill. You can sort of just notice them. They're just slightly bigger hexagons, basically, but really fun. And as long as I stay quiet enough, I should be fine. Because I probably need to shut up now, because my parents, one, hate me when I shout at night, and also hate when I stay up.
I'm the exact same, lad. Don't worry.
Yeah.
That's why I got a place of my own.
Yeah.
I was like, no, fuck this. I want to live my life the way I want to fucking live it.
Okay, I'm just gonna like pick up my PC now and just drive to yours.
No, I'm gonna get into this now, and yeah, buy it here now after I finish this map in PoE.
And the storyline is very easy to follow as well, because it literally points you in the direction of the quest marker, and
Okay.
it'll just be like, oh, it's up that way, and as you run up, it'll like, if you run to the right, it'll slowly move to the left. You know what I mean? Telling you where you need to go, and then if it's a side quest, it'll be like a gray question mark instead of a gold one, so you can always tell which is main quest, which is side quest. But most of the side quests give you the, you know, those idle slots.
Yes.
So I would recommend just doing everything, because as soon as you do everything, then you never have to look at it again for that character. Unless you're just testing builds out. You can just run through the campaign and you won't have as many idle slots, but you'll be able to test out all the abilities. So you level your character for passive points, and as you equip abilities in those specialization slots, you level those up for skill points. It's different. It's cool, but it's different, but I really like it.
It seems fun. It definitely seems fun. And Zizrin seems to really like it too, so he has a good judgment of those sort of games, so we'll give it a go.
Like, see, if I played the game, I'd say for 24 hours straight, I could probably get the end game, like the very end boss, and kill him, maybe. Like, it took me 4 days, and I streamed the whole time when I was playing them. 4 days on that character that was really broken, and it also gave me 4 days, about 4 hours each maybe. And I also had to do the story, which took me like 6 hours on that character, just because I hadn't played the game before. But like, you can play Necromancer and have like a golem, the tank, and like archers in the back, sort of thing, mages and stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be doing like minion builds. I'm sick of them. I always end up making a fucking minion build.
First thing I did, don't do it. It's not fun.
Yeah, minion builds are always ass. I never play them. I just like actually playing the game myself rather than something else doing it for me. Even though I'm playing a minion build right now in PoE, but this minion build feels a bit different. It feels like you control like an artillery tank sort of thing. It's really weird.
And every enemy, like, see, like unique enemies.
Yeah.
You know the way they're like blue in PoE, and they like have different modifiers and stuff. They'll like regenerate health, or I actually can't even remember what they do in PoE. Like, name any PoE modifier. Like, Crit
Crit
chance.
chance. Some of them, when they blow up, they give you poison stacks, blood stacks. They
Sorta.
reduce your elemental resistances. They increase like physical modifiers of everything around them. Move faster. They
Yeah.
corrupt gear that drops. That sort of
So
stuff.
enemies in this game sort of do the same thing. Some guys can roll with 3, some guys roll with 4. Like this boss here, he blocks attacks when not emerged. So he's like in a cocoon, and he only comes out when you're in melee range. So if you're playing a mage character, you need something to pull him out of his, that form, out of his shell, sort of thing, because he's like a worm, and he can't take any damage when he's in worm form. So you have to like get right in close in his face, or have something else that will get right in close to his face that will make him come out to do melee attacks. Because when he's in worm form, inside the thing, he will not. The only thing he'll do is spit poison on the floor, and that's just damage over time, which you don't really want. So you need to be able to tank him, or have someone else that will. But like other boss, like there's other enemies around the map that aren't bosses, like this guy, that'll be like takes less damage from enemies that are far away, and he'll have like a bubble around him, so you can see the area. Other ones are fast, makes the enemy run faster and attack faster and stuff. Other ones would be has high crit chance unless you approach them. So you have to get like you have to run into this little circle around their area, so they stop doing crit damage. Same thing for like high attack speed and high damage. When you approach them and stuff.
Yeah.
So like there's loads of modifiers like PoE. I don't think they're as in depth, but like some of them are like spawns a poison thing on death. Like a poison cloud, and you have to run out of it, or you take like damage over time. And the only thing in this game that is really hard to negate, because there's not a lot of I don't think any class really has anything to stop against it, is damage over time. There's a few damage over time abilities that mint your health no matter what character you are, even if you're playing Paladin with super tanky abilities. And there's only a few pieces of gear that can roll less damage over time, like the necklace.
Can you not just get like resistances to toxic things?
You can, but for some, I don't know how it exactly works, because I've only been playing the game like a week, or maybe a wee bit longer, but I haven't really looked into how the damage over time works on resistances and stuff. Like you can be fully capped on everything, I think, and you'll still die to damage over time if there's too many on the floor. Like say like a pack of guys spit in one area where you're standing, your health will just drop because you're standing in it, and there's like 7 stacks of it in the one like area. There is ways to mitigate it, but I think it's really only the Paladin damage. Right there, over time. You can actually search up stuff in the trees as well. There's like a little search bar in like everywhere. So like if you're in your inventory and you're looking for a certain weapon, you can type it. If your inventory is full of crap, there's a sort button, so you can like move everything so it like fits perfectly and stuff. So say I wanted more lightning damage, I can write in lightning and then click through all the specialization passive trees and see which ones give me lightning and stuff. There's one ability in I think it's the Paladin tree that stops damage over time, or it's something in a skill tree in one of the skills. I can't remember what it is. It doesn't say it does it, but it does do it. I remember Sermon says high leech. Well, you can have high leech as well, which will sort of mitigate damage over time. If you have like a high leech build, it just leeches loads and loads of health. But there's not a lot of ways to defend against damage over time right now, I don't think. So like, you have 5 different, oh shit, what there? 2 seconds. You have like 5 different like characteristics, like strength, vitality, intelligence, attunement, and charisma, I think. Dexterity, sorry. And each one, like 1 point in that will give you like certain things. So like if you have points in like 1 point in strength, increases your armor and improves skills that rely on raw strength by a certain by 4%. And your companions. And then like intelligence will grant you more ward retention, so you can keep more ward up at all times.
Yeah.
Dexterity, each point of dexterity adds 4 dodge rating and improves skills that rely on skillful handling of weapons. So I don't even know what that is. It might be, I don't even know. I actually don't even know for dexterity because I've never seen a dex build. Attunement, each point of attunement grants 2 mana, improves skills that rely on innate magic, like basically any spell. Basically improves all your spell damage and gives you mana at the same time. And then vitality is 10 health and 2% increased health regen. So there's so many things you can, like, that can roll on gear, or you can just put it in your passives as well. You know, like extra strength, like every point you put into one ability will give you maybe like 1 strength and 5% increased cellular damage or something like that.
Okay, fair enough, fair enough.
And the rules on some gear is really specific. So like, say you want to increase your minion damage, you'll have to find a weapon that does increased minion damage or increased minion melee damage if it's or increased minion cast damage. So there's, it's really specific on the some of the rules. Like I have a druid, you know, that uses the grit thing.
Yeah.
And I have a wand,